and the truth they'll never see. The oceans rise and tremble, the fields begin to fade. The voices of the scientists grow softer every day, but they call it fear-mongering, a trick or a lie. They'll watch the rivers dry up and still wonder why. The old man at the pulpit whispers God's grand plan. No room for evolution in the making of man. They preach with fire and fury, a message carved in stone, leaving cracks in the foundation that'll break the unknown. Oh, how they pray and close their eyes so tight, denying what's in front of them, holding on the night. The world is wide and wonders, but it's lost to their decree. They choose the simple answers and the truth they'll never see. Oh, how they pray and close their eyes so tight, denying what's in front of them.
Spinning truth round the axis, that's a factual ride. Flirts fumbling hard, trying to run and hide. We got that gravity pulling, you just drifting through. Science slaps empirical, stick to the glue. Round pound, sharper minds, we probe for the real. History stacked tall, experiments that steal. Curious minds, globe-trot evidence rolls deep. While flirts count shadows, we night sky sweep. Eratosthenes flex with them shadow lines. Measured Earth's curve, no conspiracy signs. Dropping mics like Newton when his apple fell. Maths to beat, y'all theory stale like a cell. Foucault's pendulum swinging to expose. Rotation so true, no flurf can oppose. Telescopes beaming, Copernican frames. Centuries stacking, flirts out of their games. Round pound, sharper minds, we probe for the real. History stacked tall, experiments that seal. Curious minds, globe-trot evidence rolls deep. While flirts count shadows, we night sky sweep. Launching satellites, proof in the pics. Flirts screaming tricks, we dropping data bricks. Physics and logic on a level supreme. It's a curved reality, splitting flirt dreams. Launching satellites, proof in the pics. Flirts screaming tricks, we dropping data bricks. Physics and logic on a level supreme. It's a curved reality, splitting flirt dreams.
Hey folks, how's it going? Welcome in. So welcome back to Wako Wednesday, and we have a bit of a kind of a special one here. Hopefully maybe a bit more scripted. I've done a bit more research and looked into a few more things. Obviously Sunday I had to cut it short. I had a family emergency that needed looking after, and so I had to get off. So now I kind of want to pick up a little bit where we left off there. Just touch on it a bit. Unfortunately, as I was looking after sorry, just get into that in a second here. So just get into that here. I'm going to start off as we do every stream here, in which we do sorry about that. Start off here. I've got my coffee here, sweet with Flat Earth Tears. So let's have a little drink. Time for the spacewalk. Once again, always so sweet with the Flat Earth Tears. So like I was saying, I was reviewing a Mikey Smith live stream. Now, unfortunately, what he's done is he did that one, and then another one later on that evening when he went live again, in which he's having loads of issues. Apparently, that was Ironworks. Vlad is Ironworks. Ironworks is Vlad. I didn't know. I thought that was Ironworks, but I didn't know his other name or his real name. So that being said, loads of drama with Mikey and Ironworks, or slash Vlad. In which apparently Vlad's been kind of dragging Mikey. Now I kind of get it, because what it is, what I think the big issue is, Vlad, as Vlad was trying to say, which I kind of agree with him, is Mikey's harping on all the flat earthers. They should be out on the street corners, doing their cars up, big signs, shouting, telling people on the street corner that, and going around like what Mikey did. He went down to Saskatoon, I think it was, or Regina, one of the two, and he was like yelling at people in front of a university, in front of the observatory, where he was like driving up and down the strip on a Friday night with all his signs, with his car all decked out, saying flat Earth, shouting at people, trying to convince people, passing out flyers and stuff like that. He thinks all flat earthers need to be doing that, or else flat earthers are not going to go anywhere. The thing is, flat earthers never going to go anywhere. What Mikey doesn't realize is that the whole time he was doing that, people were laughing at him. Nobody was interested except for the one lady who was a little bit loopy herself, and she only did to try to get him to take her flyers about her own thing. So the thing is, Vlad's come out and said, look, not all flat earthers can do that. Some actually do have jobs. No, most flat earthers don't, but some have jobs. Some have a family, and they've somehow managed to get somebody to, be with them and procreate. Scary as that is. And Mikey can't quite couldn't understand this. What all Vlad is trying to say is that, look, everybody does their own bit. People who think that, if it's being online on streams and talking about it, making videos, if that's what you want to do, Mikey thinks of him going out there shouting in a street corner looking like the town nut job is the way to go. So but what we're going to do here, because I can't look at those other ones because Mikey deleted them like the next day, and I have a wife and family and kids, and I don't have time to be on all the time as well, is we're going to look at Matters Now. They actually covered this, so try to go through there. Now, it was a live stream. They had like a long ass live stream, so I try to go through it a bit, and I might have to skip some of the commentary that they did between, because it is quite a bit. So yeah, we're going to we'll kind of do that, cover it a little bit there, and then Mikey actually came with another live stream yesterday, I think it was, in which he thinks he knows how planes work. So we'll kind of go through the other bit. I watched like the live, like near the end, but yeah, we'll pick up a little bit, and obviously he's pushing a bunch of stupid information, and he's not very smart. And he had somebody else come in, Dave or some shit like that. I don't know what it is, and we'll go over some of his crap too. All right. So yeah, we'll get to that. So hopefully this works. So here we are at Matters Now, and this is a live stream. So we have Unauthenticated here, we have Mike from Drunk to Bunk Show, and we've got Icy Spin, and then obviously you can't see it right now, but Max from Matters Now is in here as well. So.
Me. I just spent 5 hours online. No one wants to look at me after doing 5 hours.
Everyone here on screen, except for whoever is that way, is sexy as fuck. Okay, I'm just saying.
I gotta tell you, listed in reverse order.
Wait, hold on. DP says, "Oh, no invite for me." Wait, I didn't plan it.
This was an impromptu DP.
This is a shit show going even more to a dumpster fire at this point, because Mikey is Mikey, and well, who doesn't love Slurp faction?
Yeah, and I need some. I was telling my daughter about the whole Mikey Vlad thing, and she's like, "Are you guys just a bunch of fucking drama-loving high schoolers?"
Yeah,
Yeah. I was like, "What are you talking about?" Of course.
For those who might not know, Vlad is Ironwork.
Oh yeah, sorry, Vlad. Yeah. Oh shit, it's easy.
it's easy. Wait,
I didn't know Vlad was Ironworks. It looked like him, as I did say at the beginning of my Sunday stream, but I didn't realize that and then I started questioning because he kept calling him Vlad. But yeah, so at least I'm not the only one that made the mistake.
there is someone has an echo. I think it's you, Dan.
Yeah, hold on. I got to turn down my game. There we go.
God damn it, CC.
That's magic.
Yeah.
Every time.
Katie says the invite were sent to the ceremonial South Pole place.
Yeah, and
I'm gonna see if I can skip this a bit to make you
grievances.
right.
need like I spin. I send.
Yeah,
You got all three dirt
working.
ground. And it's like, I know he's
Just realized it's like a Turkish
Okay.
soap opera.
I also have this sped up a little bit just to try to get through the stream a bit more. I don't have freaking like they had a 7-hour stream. I can't be doing that shit. I'm already freaking like 2 hours late just getting onto this.
familiar with boys. Just that is the game.
so cousin or communications, but we're cousins in the sense that cryptology has like 5 branches. Missile defense, and I was
All right.
of sorts. So we're both
Unfornicated explains a little bit about Vlad, so I'll give that because he Unfornicated kind of does a little bit more back meta on him. So.
cryptologist. He's in no so
DP, hello.
I'm like the center square of Hollywood Squares. Pick me. No, so Max, if I can give you just a quick little rundown. So Ironworks in the Navy was like my cousin of sorts. So we're both cryptologists. He was more into like electronic warfare, missile defense, and I was more in communications. But we're cousins in the sense that cryptology has like 5 branches. Now,
Okay.
if Mikey thinks the DoD gives a flying shit about anything that a retired person did who is now a private citizen, I hate to break it to him. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, he's got issues with how that sort of thing works. Of getting
And he
phone
threatened
numbers.
to sue
They're
them
literally
if they
just
don't
going to
take
go
care
to White Pages. They're going to go to whitepages.com, look it up, and try to get him out of the lobby.
Just a little backstory there. What Unfornicated was talking about was is that I don't know if that was on my Sunday live stream or if I had got off that, but Mikey decided to go and try to phone the DoD in Washington in the States obviously from Canada on a Sunday afternoon on Mother's Day. He left a message complaining about Ironworks / Vlad, who's ex-military. And he thinks that the DoD is going to do something who's now ex-military, who's now out of the military and now private citizen. And he thinks that they're going to go in there and stop him from saying bad things about Mikey on the internet. That's not going to fucking work. The DoD is not going to probably give 2 freaking shits about what Vlad's doing on his YouTube channel at all. One, Vlad's not in the military anymore. He, I think somebody says in this that he has his own job. He draws a pension because he was in the military for like 20 years. And then he has a little side job. There's like a part-time job working at a gas station or something like that. Petrol station from the UK. And that's it. So they're going to give 2 fucks what he does. As long as he's not breaking laws or anything to do with what's that like? Yeah, ICE, like anything to do with like internal with national security, shit like that. As long as they're doing stuff like that, they're not gonna give 2 craps what he's doing. So I do find that quite funny and entertaining that the Mikey thinks that they're gonna do something. They're probably just gonna pass that around, laugh about it, and delete the comment, the email. So I'm just gonna check something here. I just want to see. Let's see if somebody was on. Okay.
Yeah. Well, Mikey thinks that you
Mikey
can just.
will
Go ahead.
Mikey sue the U.S. Navy?
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
going
trying
after
to
the
sue him if they
Canadian
don't take
Space
care of
Agency.
him. Yeah.
Is
Well, he's suing. No, but in the call that he made to the DoD reporting line, he said, "You need to take care of him, otherwise you'll be hearing from me in the court of law."
Fantastic. It's fantastic. Max, you have no idea.
What,
That's the face we all made about 4 hours ago.
I
So good.
I actually want him to sue the U.S. Navy. I would love that.
That would be great.
I can't wait.
Oh yeah, Mikey also said that if they don't do anything about Vlad, he's gonna sue the American military. Good luck with that one. That'd be funny to see.
I cannot
He's
wait.
going to be like Chile de Castro pretty soon. He's going to have like 11 lawsuits going on at once and not going to win any of them. It's just going to be weird.
Wow, he will be so destitute after they take him for everything he has.
Like, like him removing his videos and stuff. That's not going to help him. Like, even if he does, like we all know it's not going to happen. But if he were to, need to gather evidence and stuff like that, which he would need to if he's going to be suing somebody through the.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think the funny thing is that Mikey, after this live stream, did actually take down both his live streams, the videos.
You don't think that whoever has access to the Department of Defense recording is not passing that around the office for everyone to freaking laugh at? there's no one more brutal when it comes to each other than the military. They're going to hear that message and be like, oh shit, I got to forward this to everybody on my distribution list.
What
Hold
do you
up.
think they're doing at the Canadian Space Agency? That's like,
Unfortunately, is 100% right on that. I have family who's ex-military, and I mean, yeah, they definitely will be laughing and taking the. And probably anybody who knows that if Vlad's still got friends in the military, they'd be really taking the piss out of him. Like he will probably just get a load of razzing about that, or they will all be laughing about it. But yeah, the military, I think is how they deal with a lot of the stuff that they deal with some of the harsh situations. Is a lot of humor. British military is like, yeah, they don't think twice of taking a piss out of each other. I've heard stories from my family, and I got a friend as well who used to be in the military as well.
exactly what they're doing there too.
Absolutely.
Yes. CK says all the boys are on the StreamYard. So yeah, finally we have confirmed the rumor that CK brings all the boys. CK's milkshake brings all the boys to the StreamYard. So
I love it.
What happened to DP?
That's the only reason I'm here.
he had to do a quick update for his graphics card, I think, and he'll be back. Yep.
Does that mean
There
you
we
got
go.
a new
I
one?
must be a prophet.
Oh no, it's oh I see what it is. No, it was there it is. Oh, it's your broadcast. Yeah.
Wait, holy cow! What is happening?
DP,
Okay.
did you update your GPU? God, you look so much better. Fantastic.
You have an audio issue there, DP.
Ooh,
He
a
knows.
really
He's aware.
bad
He's
one.
aware.
Your gain is
A
huge.
really
Right?
bad
The
one.
green screen is actually in front of an industrial-sized fan inside of an airplane hangar. I'm pretty sure.
Probably. I think so.
All right, so let's get started with Love in the Times of Flutter, the new Turkish soap opera starring Mikey Smith and Vlad, aka Ironwork. Let's get it on.
Let's do it.
Just.
Oh yeah, Mikey
Let's
runs
attack.
around for a while
Well,
here.
Yeah,
Tends
he's
to do this.
he's got to get, you know,
Nobody
Go Charlie said.
can hear it.
the flat Earth mobile.
I don't know why Mikey
They
does
are
this. I
always
honestly,
the most
I don't know why the fuck he does this. Like I've seen a few is he'll start live streaming and he runs around doing shit instead of like doing stuff and then starting live stream.
interested person in the neighborhood at what he has to say.
And they're
Mikey,
waiting.
You're right back.
All right, hey chat.
This is Adventure Orbit
Does something. That's
Pardon
for
my
sure.
language.
that he pedals, doesn't he?
Yeah, it definitely does something. That's for
Pardon
sure.
my language. Anyway,
Where does he get? Where I know I'm going to be talking over him, but
This is going to get interesting, guys.
like he thinks that people give him so much shit about his language.
Well.
Like, why-
eh.
I don't give a shit
think
about his
it's-
language.
I think it's because CK one time said that
Here.
she's letting her little girl watch.
Oh, fair
and
enough.
so Mikey tries to be conscious that he's
Drink
waking up
more.
the children on accident.
CK wants me to drink more. I mean, I got this entire freaking thing of Truly, so okay. Uh-oh.
Oh shit! I need to go get a red stripe. Hold up.
Yeah, go get a red stripe.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to run to the store.
Well, my liquor store closes at 11, so.
Interesting. We're not going to talk in code today. We're going to go right to the point.
Oh, right to the point. Let's go.
Damn it, Mikey. Don't hold back.
I'm good.
I love that. Right to the point.
Oh, I also wanted to mention that I wore this shirt out to dinner with my mom today.
Oh,
That's
that's
fantastic.
adorable.
I love it.
And you know what? She didn't say anything about it.
Nobody says anything. I know I wear CC Pigeon often. I think I've done
Yeah,
it twice.
no one gives a shit.
I've gotten 0 comments. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you look at a subscriber count, and it's only like 5,000. You're like, oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah. you're
Maybe
yeah,
around
that's
like
right. People just
Westchester
think I'm
County, we
crazy.
should wear the shit.
Yeah,
There's no question.
Yeah.
Mike, I got 83, so I'm not even up to CC or Mikey's level.
Well, Dan, you need to start wearing CC merch because I know that you live right next to CC. So
Yeah,
You
the
do.
first
And Dan's doing better than I am. Freaking hell. By the way, people, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Click the like button. If you're in the live chat, click the like. Push it out to the algorithm a bit more. Hit the bell icon and comment down below. And to see more of my videos, I do try to put out different videos. I do live streams as well as doing videos as well. So yeah, please don't forget to get onto the get down and hit that subscribe channel button now. Let's get those numbers up there. I wouldn't mind even doing some live streams on my phone, but I need to have more subscribers. I need to have at least 50 or something like that. So I need like, a 20, what is it now, 18 more, something like that. I think I'm at 32, but for sure. Yeah. So help me out, help brother out. Come on. I do try to do this, even though I get in trouble sometimes. But let's crack on.
first time.
Please throw a tomato.
You don't need to wear CC merch. I can just wear this.
That's true.
I can just be.
I
Caesar.
am ZZ. I am. I am him. I know him. He is me.
Halloween comes around. Oh, what are you? I'm Cece from Westchester County, baby. And everyone's like, got nothing.
So good.
That's a real panty dropper right there.
I'm telling
Monkey
you.
Cat
You know-
Pat says, "Cheers, everyone. Love you all."
Yo, cheers.
Oh.
Cheers.
Yo. Cheers.
I say cheers with mate, but I'm not on screen right now, so you can't see that.
Woo.
The first time I told my mom what I was doing, she had so many questions about the flat Earth people and that kind of stuff. It was a hilarious.
That's how my mom is. Nobody gets it, man. They don't get it. It's like, guys, you just need to get it. It's how do you not get it? And it's like, no.
My sister laughed, and when I told him what the channel, my sister works for a non.
Gonna get past all
Mikey's
the
that is
chat.
awareness of how YouTube works. That dead air is like a bad thing. That is bad.
Like he said,
Yeah.
he can get away with
Yeah.
anything. Okay.
Yeah.
Like he got a pops.
Right.
It's well, I love it. But he comes in hot.
Why are his eyes always red?
Oh, he goes over that. Can I tell you why real quick?
Yes.
It's because of his diabetes. So he
Yeah, Mikey's got like uncontrolled diabetes, and this is quite a common thing. He's addressed this a few times. That's why Mikey's left toe and his left foot is in a horrendous state. If I have a little look, have a little laugh, check out my shorts. I did love a little song about it, a little video. So check out my shorts and have a little laugh at that. Comment and click like and push that out. I think it's kind of nice. It's a funny song. So.
he mentioned, he shows his fucking, he pulls it up into the fucking camera. He's like, see this red? I've had this for years, since like 2014. And he was like, that's when I should have known that I had diabetes.
Oh wow.
Like, no shit. And then people in chat are,
I mean, I don't know why Mikey. He lives in Saskatchewan. Got free healthcare there, provincial healthcare. Comes every taxes, and I don't know why the fuck he's not having it looked at. I've lost family to diabetes, uncontrolled diabetes, because they weren't looking after themselves. So, like this, it's not something they should be messing around with. Mikey needs to get in there and get himself sorted out, and get his blood sugars in check. And look, if he's got his feet rotting. His left toe is literally rotting off his body, and I think he's got a massive gash on his heel, or he did. Yeah, that's people lose feet because of that. Yeah, you lose circulation, and then it's amputation. It's not, they're not messing about. So it's something like if you can control it, you look after your blood sugars, you keep your insulin levels in check, all that stuff, eat right, keep yourself healthy, you can live a full life. Right, maybe down the road you might have a bit more complications when you're old, but you can have a full-on life if you can keep all that stuff in check and you don't do any damage. So it's something I'm vigilant about because I have family history, and that's why I try to keep myself in decent shape and look after myself, and I don't overdo it with the sweets too much and stuff like that. But yeah, that's I don't know why Mikey doesn't do that. I think if he's just not smart enough, he's just stubborn. I don't know, but it's if Mikey, if you're watching my videos, mate, I'm telling you, don't fuck around with that shit. Just go in and get it done and get it looked at. Pick up your call from your doctors, talk to your doctor, get your insulin levels checked, and stop going to freaking Tim Hortons and getting all the freaking sweet teas and freaking honey crullers. Crap, and honey crullers are lovely, but stop. Just stop. It's not worth your health. It's not worth your life.
we are telling him, yo, you need to go see a doctor about your foot. Like go to the doctor, go to the doctor. And he's like, oh, what are they gonna do? All they do is just tell me this or tell me nothing. They're worthless. You know what they're telling him? That he needs to not fucking eat a honey cruller and a double every day. Like that's what they're telling him. And he goes, I don't want to hear it, so therefore I'm not gonna go do it. Anyway.
Yeah, and they probably tell him, hey, you should be taking your insulin, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Anything he doesn't like isn't real.
Especially if he's insulin dependent.
Yeah. Wow.
He says he can't feel his feet when he drives. I mean, come on.
Oh my
he upgraded. He actually can feel his feet. He feels like he's standing on hot burning charcoal as of yesterday. So
he was saying
I need that visual.
I was happy to hear that, but also disturbed.
The redness might go away if he stops using his foot to rub his eyes.
She's not wrong.
Oh my!
Well, and his toe has those little arms. Remember?
We're both so great.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. He's going in.
Oh, you know what? I don't even have chat up. I gotta
Let's
pull
get
it
her
up.
done, guys. Let's get her done. Yes, we're going to create a problem. Some of us are going to create problems for ourselves.
And,
So let's
and borax, monkey cat, pat, pat.
Okay.
And Epsom salts.
Oh, that must be.
Let's go here. Just back it up a few minutes, guys.
Does he cry? Does Mikey cry? I want to see him cry.
We've got 7 people in the live stream, probably trolls.
Mike, here we are.
Absolutely.
Make Mikey cry.
The other day, Mike, that you were watching that video where Matthew Hakim was with them.
Yeah.
I didn't know that because discriminated over.
Well, in the phone, then that's proof that the Ironworks says that's
Mikey, okay, come on, come back.
specifically in a few of these clips.
Suck.
It's so on screen, not playing anything. Mikey,
He's gone from 7 to 2.
So let's get back to action here. We have a problem, and it won't go away. Actually, many problems.
yes.
Hope everybody's having a wonderful, I guess, Mother's Day.
Yes.
And we're gonna go. We're gonna be heading over to Vika's live stream. He sent me a link, so I'm gonna join the panel there. I will guarantee it because I might as well fit in with the group, right, guys? Sit there and chit chat all afternoon.
I bet he's going to talk about how he's being told that he needs to
And,
dress a certain
yeah,
way.
we'll just get right to the point.
Sorry.
We are not going to talk in code.
Sorry,
Go ahead.
I won't. I'll minimize my interruptions. But something that he loves to do is say, "Oh, people always tell me what to wear, what to say." When he mentions like, "Oh, I just need to fit in" or whatever.
The people telling him what.
Mikey's got massive victim mentality in which he'll just start going on, going, "Oh, maybe I should just end it," and blah blah blah. He just still wants to be victim. I don't know. It's so dramatic.
To wear and what to say are called his.
You can't go out in the street naked. It's illegal.
Absolutely wear that like.
Pants right now.
I am wearing
Right
pants
pants.
because it's starting to get cold. Max says, "What? It's part of the conspiracy."
Sure, Dirth would say they have.
Says
talking
no
in
one
code.
has you not.
Everyone, please send.
I'm wearing shorts.
I got my own
Again for NVIDIA.
Mine is.
See, look,
focus on my head as I move.
really well. This can actually, I can press this button right here, and it'll make it so that my eyes are looking at the screen. It's wild.
Don't hit that button. Don't hit the button. Don't hit the
No,
button.
no. I was
So creepy.
It's
Videos. I was using that because I had a script and stuff, and I was reading it, and then I went like off book. It's
I love having a standing desk.
They just keep getting sidetracked on this so much. It's a massive. Well, it was a 7 hours freaking stream.
they're Vengers in one big.
no. Yeah, I know. I want to do.
Avengers arrive.
Our streams.
Yeah.
I'm going to be doing.
Yes,
Yeah, you did.
absolutely. I think I'll leave ironwork.
You guys have
But I changed my mind. It's going to be the
Yeah, I'm just trying to skip through this and try to get to the more of the Mikey part, but because I'd go straight to Mikey's channel, but he took him down.
first book ever written,
It's when you have.
basically.
Issues, I guess, which the way I'm speaking. Again, like here in Canada, we have freedom of rights, freedom charter of rights. We're allowed to speak. It's kind of a wonderful country we live here in Canada. We have wonderful healthcare in most of the provinces.
Are you joking me?
Wow, what?
Why is your food rotting then?
Because he doesn't use his own healthcare.
Why?
And, That's so
Healthcare for
good.
thee, not for me. They're trying to kill me.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
And who does he think is paying for that healthcare? He hates that he has to pay taxes. Who in God's name does he think is paying? Is paying?
if you don't like taxes, do that.
Are you paying?
Shifty is one.
Just
Yes.
sit back and watch.
Sure what the military is like here, but they probably don't have any balls either. Along
No, the U.S. military doesn't have any balls, according to Mike. Take your land. You'll see how
Yeah.
ballsy they are.
Make them the 51st
Hey, Mikey,
state.
I got something for you. Hold up.
No.
Oh my God! Dan's gonna show his balls.
Ah.
He's lucky that your camera follows you, right? Or you would have done it. Your third eye.
Yeah, that's the third eye.
You'll never be able to unsee that again.
but hey, maybe that's what I'll do now. Just shoot and ask questions later. Anyways, moving
What are
on,
you doing
folks.
Already.
He's hurt. He's hurt, guys.
Because they disrespect humanity as themselves. They just could care less who you are as a person. I guess you had a good life, quote some other person. I guess you had a good life, but I have to shoot you now. But
Jesus,
that's
Mikey.
what their motto is. Moving on. We have
Mikey has never probably even talked to anybody from the military. in like a respectful manner. I had a good conversation, but most people in the military prefer not to do that. Obviously, orders is orders, but you know, the point.
This Mr. Vlad, I'm going to be very direct here. He's basically trashing me throughout his entire live stream here, stating that I'm just kind of weirded out here because nothing really goes anywhere with this live stream. He just complains.
Monkey Cat says, didn't see tonight turning into this, and I'm here for it. No one. So like it
We're
just
here
happened.
for you.
It happened.
While you have it, pause.
Yes.
Vlad's title of this stream is called "Let's Talk About This Work." Some folks talk about.
Yeah.
That's his titles is referring to Mikey. So yes, of course, like he has already predetermined what this stream is going to be about. So like it shouldn't be a surprise that all the entire thing he does is bash me. No shit. It's what the title is. Okay, go on.
And he doesn't back up any of his own work. Of course, he doesn't do any work. He just sits there on his live stream talking.
That's work.
And
yes, Mikey.
To his live stream in the chatters.
That's what live streams are.
Yeah, but Mikey's on a crusade. He thinks that he's so above everyone else that that debates are below him, that doing live streams is below him. Like, dude, this is what YouTube is all about, and you go into a museum and say dinosaurs are fake, eh? That is not work.
Mikey gets confused between crusade and carousel. That's the problem.
He fucking loves dinosaurs. Give me 2 milliseconds.
And why does every flurf?
1080 on the second one. I don't get it.
My mom got him this for Nation. And then
that's how it lands on the week. Yeah, fixing a Washington. It doesn't.
He will feel out of tune the way I run script to go through. He has to do it. He will feel out of place if he doesn't. Hey, I don't have your script. I run my YouTube the way I run it. I don't have to communicate with every single quote or comment in the stream because I'm doing other things. Maybe I just don't want to. Maybe I missed a comment or two. Who really cares? Anyways, he is trashing me throughout the live stream here, and we will be watching it and explaining what's going on here. And it's quite
oh my fucking God, Mikey, get on with it.
Trashy. I end up.
Mikey's hurt. He's freaking his pee-pees, like he's wounded and feelings bad. So yeah.
Being quite. I feel like a piece of rat shit by the end of this live stream because I end up connecting with them on the live stream. And I still kind of feel like a piece of rat shit right now. I did delete my last 2 live streams due to this, Mr. Vlad.
Super Hornet makes a great point. For people who talk about indoctrination ad nauseum, they sure don't like being questioned.
I love being questioned.
Yeah. The difference in between when, for example, I make a mistake and I get corrected, I embrace that. It's like, oh, I was wrong, and now I'm not wrong anymore. That's a good thing.
Learning opportunity.
See it as, yeah. They see it
Mikey,
as bad.
Mike, you're afforded 0 privacy with that camera, dude. You can't even like go do anything. We're gonna see everything.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Max.
That's the idea. I got this for Grayson too.
Oh, more indoctrination. Let's go. Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
It's got all the. It's got all
waste
the
of money.
It's
Absolute
got all
waste of money.
all the moon phases on it too, as how it
Dude,
was seen on the Earth. It has the
When I tell you, I
axial
love
tilt.
that.
And the
Yeah,
axial
I
Still
tilt,
believe in the
oh,
moon?
That is so cool.
It also shows the sun rotating as well. So and then down here.
That is pretty cool. I looked at one today, but they're like 50 pounds on freaking Amazon. I think B&M is selling for like 45.
It'd be next to what actually look like this tool. I mean,
Do you think Hakeem
We-
would
Plastic keys
Peak show.
Thompson because
on top and then like
Show and tell
in
here.
a dome. Put a dome over it.
out.
Get
That's right.
down. Get back up again.
Jack
That
Fetter,
is-
you're absolutely right.
nuts.
Jack Fetter says flirts in HD. Flirts are kind of like fractals. You can zoom in infinitely and never reach clarity.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Character?
It doesn't matter.
I'm pretty sure Mike Drunk the Punk got himself a new camera. He's been playing with it.
But we will.
We haven't.
That
let
is
me know if you can
fascinating.
hear
Like,
me, but we
Go
will
back to Mikey.
watch as he destroys me.
That
Let
is
me know if you can
fascinating.
hear
Like
the
from
audio.
behind?
Sometimes the audio is not
Done that weekend.
Oh,
And it's not a
Mike-
me thing. However, I do not need you disrupting what we have going on in the flat earth. We have enough division. Okay, we have enough division.
You know, for the
what's
first
going on.
time, I thought he was wearing a white robe, like he had just got out of the shower.
He
Like,
always
I didn't
wears a
realize
robe,
it was
though.
Does he? Okay,
Yes,
that makes he looks like he's full
stuff.
So
He's going.
I like that he's talking about enough division. You're right. You do have enough.
Stop
Yeah,
it.
there's a distance.
All right, you know what? It's gonna take us a little bit on here because about 4 hours. So they get chatting back and forth. Pretty much just Mikey is having a freaking moan and bitch about Vlad. And then later on in the evening, you can look at my Sunday live stream. I covered most of that here and there, and that's pretty much. And then Mikey phones the MOD, and then I think he phoned somewhere else, and then threatened to sue them. And then I think he went into Vika's live, but they didn't cover it here. They get off that, and I didn't cover it either. So, but later on, Mikey goes on and does this.
He should continue.
Be here.
Yes.
Stop the stupidity. It's just been unloading.
This was the same night. The other one I covered, he went on a few hours later, but I had gone off because then I seen this later on.
In your chat lately,
Have it just like
I love some globe on globe action, right?
so.
As
So,
if it's-
So I'm gonna skip through this real quick.
There's
Cute emails.
That's stream. I've seen this shit. No.
stream. Consent 10. I don't
one of those.
It was embarrassing.
know. Cool. I don't know. Membership. Who makes cakes? The Lambert.
Stuff.
Let me.
Just remember what you were looking for.
Buddy about because they use a red and white.
Did they not put
the
that
mic-
up?
Will
Do a little
I'm
bit more
so
digging.
sorry that we on him.
the Professor Dave and
Fucking unreal.
yeah.
Just,
Yeah, it's still City
and-
JW. It's
Okay, so I think you'll see in this stream here. What ends up happening is that Mike from Drunk Debunk Show and Dan from Unfornicated, they decided they're going to try to call Mikey and see if they can talk to him about what's going on here. And Mikey doesn't. Mikey, I think, has got Drunk Debunk, Mikey's got Mike at Drunk Debunk blocked, and Unfornicated just goes to goes to voicemail.
another one, yeah.
Over's playing because now I get to put that into.
I mean,
That all Professor
knows?
Dave does.
So,
is watch-
so
Be a better candidate to watch this show than Professor Dave.
Oh.
He would more likely.
Right. So, I don't know if anybody knows about this, but Mike from Drunk Debunk Show here actually called Mikey when he was down in Las Vegas, and apparently made Mikey end up kind of breaking down and crying. But because Mikey did that, people donated money to him because Mikey was bitching on his live stream about how nobody's giving him money, and he had no money to get fuel to get back up to Saskatchewan. He made it down to Las Vegas, and it was counted on the fact that people would pay for, give him live super chats and shit like that, or donate money to his GoFundMe or something like that to get back up, and nobody was donating. So Mike, Drunk Debunk Show kind of put something out that kind of took him and ended up making Mikey Smith break down and cry and have a bit of a meltdown. But because of that, then I think Vlad and some other people took pity on him and donated the money that enough for him to get fuel to get back up to home. So, but and then he's bitching about Mike calling, but this is Mike from Drunk Debunk Show. This is a phone call that he did to Mikey Smith.
It's like Inception. There's two mics.
So there's too many freaking mics.
yeah, this is this is the voicemail, or the conversation and the voicemail I left for Mikey. You guys want to hear it?
yes.
Yes.
All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Oh fuck.
DJ, spin that shit.
Yeah, I think
okay,
I gotta go
Go up
through.
your hand.
Drunk Debunk has some audio issues trying to get to screen share here, so let's do a little bit.
All right, listen. It's quick.
what she said.
Oh yeah.
Still no audio. What the
There's
fuck?
share.
Oh, and please
Yes.
let me know. Let me know.
Crossed.
We've been ready.
Well, we've had 4 false starts now. I'm in short strokes. Come on.
I hope it comes through.
You guys hear it ringing?
Not at all.
Nope.
No.
This is a you share
Yeah.
video file. So we have David.
The scary thing is Mike from Drunk Debunk. I'm pretty sure is in IT, so
It's telling you no. Yeah, but it's still not playing the audio.
Let me ask you this: did you leave
Hold
a
on.
silent voicemail for Mikey?
Wait, there it is.
Ah, there we go,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Finally.
You
I
guys
cannot believe this.
got it.
F you,
You're getting into
Torianzo.
voicemail mode.
Hello?
Hi, is this Mikey Smith?
Yeah, speaking. Who's this?
Hey, Mikey. It's Mike from the Drunk Debunk Show.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I just wanted to call you. It seems instantly.
Yeah. So Mikey Smith hung up on him there.
This is what Icy Spin was talking about.
Interesting.
Calm, cool, collected. Look at that's the face of a man that's determined to set things right. Yeah.
And meanwhile, Grayson runs around behind without pants on.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Mike.
Blues Clues, motherfuckers!
I'll get back to you soon.
Immediately send you to
Button
voicemail.
After leaving a message, you can hang up or press pound for more options.
Hey, Mikey. Is Mike from the Drunk Debunk Show. Seems like our connection got cut off. I don't know what happened there. So I just wanted to call to apologize, Mikey, because we've obviously gotten off on the wrong foot, and you said some pretty mean things.
Wrong foot.
Things that don't equate to what I said. So
Wrong toe.
I wanted to apologize and give you the opportunity to apologize as well, and then we can just clean the slate. So if you can just give me a call back at this number, and we can go from there. That's better, buddy. All right. So I hope you hear from me soon, and we'll stay in touch. All right, bye.
See, that was a rather actually quite civil and nice little voicemail. It was just like a very straightforward, kind of business-like, courteous. Nothing wrong. Not even inflection. Okay, other than saying off on the wrong foot. Probably more like just a slip, just a term of phrase. Didn't actually mean anything about Mikey's foot, but they're all laughing about it now.
I mean, come
Just
on,
say I love
guys.
you, bye, Mike.
That was it. I mean, that was as good as it gets.
Yeah, the I love you bye. It was missing.
Mikey heard that. Mikey heard that and gave zero fucks about it.
Yeah.
Zero.
And then he went on his stream and said, "Stop harassing me." Like I called him and said, "Let me apologize. As long as you apologize." Boom. And then I'm being harassed.
I feel like your enthusiasm.
Imagine if you actually said toe by accident. That would have been so good.
Got up on the wrong toe.
We got up on the wrong toe.
This was actually before we knew about his toe.
Yeah.
This is before we knew about his toe. So this was at the beginning of March, if you will.
Mike,
All right.
God, you're such an asshole, man.
I know.
I must take my leave at this point, but thank you for having me.
So much work. It was fun.
Send me pictures.
So
Right,
we
so
watched Ironworks
DPD
Inner
Bunks had to
Workings,
go,
and
he's
now this
working.
one is titled "Vlad is harassing me." That sounds like he
This
has
is
a
the good one.
vampire
Yeah,
on
this
his
is
tail.
Look at that
This
face.
is the good
That
one.
face tells you everything.
It really does.
Ready,
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, this is the one that he did later on. So
That's thumbnail.
same
That's
evening
thumbnail
on
worthy.
Sunday.
Yeah,
It sure is.
and T-shirt worthy.
Angry Flurf.
Here we go, guys.
The community needs una cocina.
Oh yeah.
We've been seeing this bullshit from
What?
Just wait a second.
When he watches his videos while he starts his videos is so good.
He always
changes the
pretends
audio
like
in a
he
second.
didn't go
The
live.
audio cleans up a little bit.
That is fantastic.
Guys, I'm drunk on a Sunday night. Damn it.
I gotta really get into
Like,
this.
how do you think I feel?
He should have given Flat in the Curve so much more attention than he.
Because even that at that time kind of made me wonder why they're not doing.
Okay, I gotta go.
Baby.
Oh, still CTJW says that is the face of an angry masturbator.
Thank you for clearing up that fucking spell check.
Yes.
Yeah,
He was 4 shades. Is it just me? He was 4 shades lighter before this video, I believe.
Yeah, he's a little.
Oh, he was.
He's got that blood pressure up because of his diabetes.
Well, that and I think he was he's getting worked up over Ironworks and the stuff that Ironworks is saying about him. Mikey's taking very, very personal.
Dude, he is
Liberty
Steve.
Mutual.
Yeah, that's
He's not having a good day.
That's angry sugar energy.
Hey, Mike, Max, you're probably gonna have to turn this up a little bit.
The only thing is, Mikey, if he's starting to show like stuff like that, it could be that his liver's starting to get freaking packed in a bit. It's starting to go jaundice. I've seen this before.
Never mind then.
Yeah, it's a
Report. Thank you.
Report. Ooh, no.
Oh yeah, Mikey also reports Ironworks' YouTube channel too for harassment. That's what he claims.
Oh, Mikey, no.
Wait. Just wait. I want you to hear what he says.
Wait, he reports Vlad?
He reports Vlad to the DOD reporting call. He calls DOD in DC.
Oh, is this the one he called? I knew it was one of them he did.
The
Yeah.
guy. Oh,
All right,
boy.
everyone shut up.
It gets nuts.
I was just going to say that, Mikey, snitches get stitches. In the streets, in the mean streets of South America, someone would have done something about it. Like,
that's why Max is still here. He doesn't fucking snitch.
Never. I would never snitch. Mike.
On abusive content, harassment, and bullying.
Too early, bro.
I'm reporting this guy due to the bullshit that I have to put up with. He has a personal abusive content, harassment, and bullying.
Too early.
Street than Venice.
Yeah.
On abusive content, harassment, and bullying.
Too early, bro.
I'm reporting this guy due to the bullshit that I have to put up with. He has a personal vendetta against me. He totally comes against me every time I make a comment in anybody's YouTube channel. He aggressively attacks me on their channel. He has something against me personally. I do not understand why he is doing this to me, but I am absolutely tired of this. As of right now, this will be reported.
I think
and
what he's doing right now, I think he will actually use that exact.
Helping me out. Have a great day.
That exact. It's okay. That exact line he's going to use in his deposition. He's going to say it the exact same way. And
So I don't know why Mikey thinks that the Department of Defense is going to give it two freaking flying fucks what somebody does on a YouTube channel or what somebody does about on YouTube about comments and stuff like that. As long as they're not like promoting some like really nefarious things on YouTube, they're not going to give. DOD is not going to give a freaking not even going to give a shit about what he does. They don't care. I didn't even think DOD even care if somebody was doing that who was active service. Just don't give a shit. Like it's nothing to do with them. It's personal lives, and like as long as it's not a national security threat, don't give a shit.
He's gonna get laughed out of the room.
It took me a while after you started speaking because I was.
Sorry, wrong button.
No problem. I was checking if Matthew Hakim is still here, and he's still in the chat. So
really,
yeah.
Matthew Hakim, all your shit is bullshit.
Yeah, and the link's so good, Matthew. You can come in and tell us why we're wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, so Max, go back 5 seconds and let it play because he's right at the part where he's going to threaten them with a lawsuit.
Yes. All right.
Of all the, as of right now, this will be reported, and we'll take note of all the bullshit that goes on. Thank you for helping me out. Have a great day.
That wasn't the right one.
I think he gets there. I think he calls several buildings in the United States.
Take some screenshots of this. This guy, he just won't give up. He won't give up. I'm reporting that. Thank you. You're welcome.
No, here it is. Here it is. I'm sorry.
It's bullshit. I can't even go on Vicka's live stream and make a statement. He is totally 100% his agreement.
I think that first phone call was to YouTube. I'm pretty sure he was trying to report his YouTube channel.
Aggression is going towards me personally. He is attacking me as a whole, just with.
Mikey, you have the tools to defend yourself. Just claw his face off.
That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
Those nails are wicked on Mikey. I don't know how he does that. I have no idea. I can't even think of having my nails that long. I don't know how he's able to manage like that. My nails just be. I'm rough with my hands though, so.
In a comment.
Just don't look at the stream, right? You could just avoid
Mikey,
the stream.
you have knives in your hands, like Edward Scissorhands.
It's like one step lower, one filing away from it.
My daughter notices nails on one of the other streams.
Just flurf.
Ew.
Oh, the Canadian space advocate, Mikey, is going nuts. Yeah, you say that because you have a vested interest. Because he's suing you, and he is Matthew Hakim still lurking like a coward? Indeed.
He is.
I don't know if you want to let those
smart enough
comments.
to just like either go into private mode or log off, so we don't make fun of him.
He's lurking.
I'm not touching those
CK
comments.
says, subscribe to Unfornicated and leaves us the link. So yes, subscribe to Unfornicated.
Yeah, let's get him to 1,000.
I subscribe to QCK Debunks.
Fucking followers, dude. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
I'd settle for 100. I'm at 85, I think.
All right, we're getting there.
Hey, slowly but surely, man.
My channel,
Yeah.
he is not even worried about anybody else's
And to get
channel
to
but
1,000
mine. I am
people.
doing everything wrong.
You want
Every
to-
statement I make is wrong.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
He is totally attacking me 100%. Ironworks 92,000 will not stop harassing me. He will
And Mikey's really getting worked up now. He's really, yeah, it's really getting to him.
not stay away from me. He keeps attacking me on other channels. This is absolute nonsense. I am absolutely, this is done. I reported his channel as of right now for bullying and harassing me. Absolute nonsense. This is not going to happen.
Oh, he has the same complex that Matthew Hakim. Like, oh, they're hate speeching me.
Yeah,
Globers do hate speech on flat earthers.
What's a puppy?
Like I said, like, he's reporting them to YouTube.
Oh, that's a pupper. Hold on, it left.
She wanted to hop up because she was trying to get in my lap. So I get her in my lap and she looks around and she goes, nah, that's all right.
No.
Grayson does the same thing. Does that make him a fucking dog? I think it does. Him and
Like,
dogs
you think
are...
it has... Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, him and... I was going to say, my son and...
Glad my dog doesn't do that. I got a full-grown male husky. The cat does, though. Cat tries to get in my lap.
Dogs have a lot in common.
I don't know where he is.
Max said, one day I'll promote my channel and need your help too, though mine is in Spanish, so maybe not ideal here. Yeah, get the filthy language out of here.
Some of us do understand Spanish. We just don't speak it anymore.
Excuse me,
in San Diego,
I know
so
Spanish.
I speak Spanglish.
I understand Spanish. I know how to say biblioteca.
I know most of the four-letter words.
How you say, and then you do a pretty good impression.
Hola.
Hola.
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias, yes.
Buenas tardes.
Tardes.
Good day.
¿Cuántos años tienes?
Muy bien. Very
Uno,
good.
dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, cinco, seis.
The tú is not necessary.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
¿Cuántos años tienes?
All right.
All right,
But
Spanish
for
one.
example,
Got it in the books, babe.
people like Max, V, and I, we don't say tú, we say vos.
Vos, yeah, that's your
it's a
name.
whole
That's
different
the
thing.
proper
And
name.
two L's, the double L's, that's pronounced va. Yeah, her name was
Really?
I get past all this. They're talking about Spanish.
You don't know by play.
They made a show.
Tadano.
Difference is
but you-
That reminds
Polo.
Little
Tori Hansel
microwave
says,
thing.
I had the deepest crush on a... Oh, yeah.
I'm
me the monkey.
Well, the one thing I learned
Because,
my sleep. Yeah.
hold on, it's not unhinged.
I think it's a 4 hours 30 or something like that. 4 hours 20 that it gets kind of interesting. It's kind of funny here. So
It's
Bear
just
with
the Latin passion.
Passionate. It's it.
One.
About planting flag.
That's
Like, they
And I was
making ladies' ears clap.
it's that.
The
bullshit.
Right, let's continue on with a little bit of this.
That's a
absolute
that's a different
bullshit.
show.
I will
Bullshit.
be phoning the.
Bullshit.
There it
In
is.
fact,
Thanks,
I'm going to
thanks.
be talking to the you know who's at the border and
What?
parts of the government,
Tell us
and
who.
I'm going to report
the port. What the fuck? The border security? What they gonna do?
this military guy for harassment. I am going to contact.
Wait, isn't he retired?
yes.
Yes.
They don't give a shit.
Doesn't
They
matter.
don't give a
Doesn't
shit.
matter.
He's a private citizen.
Right, he's a private citizen. Okay?
No one gives a shit.
Mikey cares.
Whoever it is I need to contact, and I will make sure that he comes down with some problems because I'm not going to put up with his bullshit anymore. That's it. I can't do it.
I mean yeah. I want to say the venomance of Mikey Smith. The fact he's trying to ruin some guy's life by ruin his actual day-to-day life because he said some things Mikey didn't like online. I mean, on a YouTube channel or on a freaking or on a live stream. I mean, like comments. Like, fuck's sakes! Like it's the internet. If you don't like it, delete it. Like if he's making comments on on Mikey's videos, he doesn't like it. Delete the comments. If Mikey doesn't want to, doesn't like what Vlad's saying, block him. Just don't interact with him. Just fuck him off. Like it's the internet. Don't be so freaking. Mikey, I don't know, maybe he's taking it so seriously. Don't need to take that seriously, man. Like this, just fuck him off. Don't worry. He lives down the States. Who gives a shit? Just go. You know what? Sajus, I'm done, and that's it. Don't need to go on trying to ruin the guy's life because he says some things you don't like on the internet. But people need to freaking grow up. Mikey's older than I am too. I know his IQ is probably that of a 12-year-old, but come on.
Oh, you're going
It's
to be
the
I
equivalent of
Reporting military.
I kind of want to call Mikey right now.
It's the equivalent of a sovereign citizen telling you that your job is going to be mine on Monday when I get out of the slammer. Not giving you my driver's license, right?
Yeah.
That's what he's doing right now. It's
Jack
so
Fetter
pathetic.
says, I live in South Florida. I'm literally one of the only gringos when we used to go in the office. Yeah, well,
There's a division. There's a line.
you're
I
getting
live in North
conquered.
Florida.
I have a bunch of rebels
Sorry.
in my family. No, sorry. I said so my family's from the Basque region of Spain, so we have nothing but
For it.
broken.
Yeah, I don't know why.
It's weird. None
Let
of your
me,
stuff is ever broken on stream. You know.
I mean, I could call him, but I don't want to use my office phone. I don't have like a disposable phone. It's my actual office phone.
Mike just figured out how to share audio. Let's let him, like, get some muscle memory and see if he can do it 2 times in a row.
All right, hold on. Let me make sure that my device settings are properly
Yeah,
set.
make sure you don't like we see that number.
You got to hide your screen right now.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, don't look at my number. Don't look at the number. I'm doxing them. I'm doxing them.
I'm gonna
let's
call you on
see.
Google Voice now.
Minimize.
Mikey drives around with his phone number plastered aside of his car anyways. The whole internet's seen it like fucking numerous times.
Let's see. I just want to make sure.
Let me.
You want Mikey Smith's number? Just go to his YouTube channel and watch for the ones where he shows you his car. There's his phone number.
No, and I'll add
With
it to
area
the
code.
stage when we're good to go.
Just push 1.
Aragorn says, I spent 8 years in Miami, never needed to speak English.
Really interesting.
And
I
it's
can believe that.
broken. You're right.
Cuban, well, I mean, Cuba.
One can do about him. Nothing.
I need this person to stop. Yeah, exactly.
The first word he said on the stream was reported, right? Mikey's
Yeah.
got his mind on one thing.
Yeah.
You don't give a shit about nothing.
But when we come back to this is he makes the next phone call, and this is where he threatens the DOD to see him in court.
Oof.
Amazing. All right, let's let me know if you guys hear this ringing. I'm gonna keep it over here. There we go. Okay, you guys can't see that. Okay, all right. Let me close this. Minimize that. All right, let me know if you can hear this ringing. All right, ready?
Yes. We can't hear
I got-
you. I mean, yes, we are
I got
ready.
nothing.
You
I got it. Yeah.
All right,
Magic.
Leave it after the beep and I'll get back to you.
Whoa!
He blocked-
Instantly,
One
fucking
minute.
instantly.
He blocked you.
You're
That's-
blocked.
Wait,
yeah,
does that mean? Do you think he's
blocked you.
watching?
Instantly.
No,
be
no,
watching
no.
me.
He blocked the number.
Hold on.
Ah, you're
Oh,
right.
he blocked
you're
my
right.
number.
Yeah.
He blocked your number. Yes.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, this is
that's
Google
fine.
Voice. Let me just get a new number.
Like, I think the
Yeah, I was gonna
half
say,
ring.
why don't you either get a new
is
number or
giveaway.
send it to me and I'll call.
Yeah.
Calder says one of my drivers at work is from Cuba. He's such a nice guy and works hard. Yeah, we're not. It's all in good fun. We're not
Yeah.
bashing
We're
Latin
just,
people.
it's
We're
just
just
a slight geography lesson is all.
yeah, and I am here, so it's okay. Because I am Latino.
He's-
never been to either Cuba or.
I should pass this.
Man, my allergies are kicking me in the fucking ass.
Hey Andy, how's it going? Nice to see you.
In the name of science,
Okay.
though, we demand that you generate a new
I've
number.
heard people say that it's allergies when they.
I know you live in Uruguay. There's a lot that I do hard drugs.
I don't know if you see this, but this is where Mike at Drunk to Punk Show phones Mikey Smith. I don't know if you've seen this live stream. It's pretty funny.
And
Mhm.
sodomy, yes.
And sodomy. Oh my god, the sodomy is the best.
This is
We
your
also-
console list.
Oh, okay.
You're
Yeah, I
calling?
gave him his number.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, hell yeah.
somebody else want to call?
No, go for it.
Okay, well, shit, now I just lost the window. Hold on.
What are you gonna say? Long time fan, first time caller.
Yeah,
Monica Patat says I can't be trusted with Mikey's number.
how did I get this again? Oh, wait, he doxed himself, didn't he?
Yes.
Pretty sure it's on his
Says, I
profile.
lived in Baja California for a stint. Was excited to be forced to learn Spanish. Nope, to whitewash.
Okay, you guys ready for
You
this?
can always
Yep,
come
we're
to
ready.
Uruguay.
We're ready. We don't hear it, but it might take a second.
I don't know if you guys know, but Dr. J, he came
I
to
don't hear
visit
it.
me here.
Well, there
Oh,
it is.
there we go. Godspeed.
Come on, Mikey. Come on, Mikey.
Is our audio gonna pipe through to him?
Start
Yeah.
preparing the oh my cats in the chat. Start preparing. Don't set them yet. We'll let you know.
Wait, do you have a 333 number?
No.
Damn it.
Who has 6 rings before voice?
Oh, maybe it's late. Maybe he goes to bed
Hey,
early.
it's Mike.
He's
Leave it
like
after
2
the
hours
beep and
behind
I'll
me,
call
so it's like 10 o'clock for him.
After leaving a message, you can hang up or
Leave a
press pound
message?
for more options.
He's probably-
Nah, I won't leave a message.
I
can.
Well, I
You
just
should
changed my
have.
number, so let me call him again.
You should come back as a representative from the Canadian Space Agency, and you have.
Yeah,
you
that's
have an
what we're
update.
gonna do.
Oh,
All right. So I'm gonna
This-
call him.
This needs to be.
wait, CK
Hey,
says,
hey,
yes, we can all stay at
Andy's
Master's
still in
house,
chat
and I need
there.
to take off my
Check this
glasses
out.
and
I've
let
seen
me
this
do
one.
this for just a second. Wink,
Alright.
wink.
In chat right now.
Yeah, you're fucking clapping away.
All right,
All
there
right.
we go.
All right, here we go. You guys ready?
Yes.
All right, new number calling.
I mean, Mikey's got to be on to us, right?
Fuck him.
He's got some silly ideas, but the man's not.
Message.
That's polite, Mike, to make sure you have a clear delivery. I like that.
Hey, it's Mike. Leave it after the beep, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks. Bye-bye.
After leaving a message, you can hang up or.
If you talk about like the flat earthers themselves, yeah, flat Earth pretty much is a cult. I mean, part of it is like the fact that they follow what somebody says and don't care about any facts, evidence, or logic. So yeah, it's pretty much is a cult. And if you don't believe me, like look at Jeranism. He decided that the evidence he followed says that the Earth isn't flat anymore, and he's getting absolutely freaking dragged by all his former friends of 10 years because he doesn't have the same belief they are anymore. That's a cult. Yeah.
Press pound for more options.
And Mikey's definitely he's got the mentality that he's going to be he's a mark for any kind of cult like that. He'll just be pulled right in, and he'd probably be a lifer.
Hi, this message is for Michael Allen. This is the Canadian Space Agency. I'm just calling back on response to a lawsuit that you're filing against us. I just want to let you know that we are taking this very seriously, and we need to talk. So please call me back at this number that's on your caller ID, and please leave a message if I'm unavailable. We need to speak. Thank you.
No, you don't.
I think me is right. I think we've called enough for
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
Wait, don't. There we go.
Fair enough. I'm pretty sure.
I can do the same sort of thing if I want to, just by pushing a button.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I got it.
All right. I can just give it to you.
I cannot believe that.
I would like for the next time. I think it would really flip. He would really flip out if I left him like a message in Spanish, right? Like something like cada vez que considero que tu amor es tan ingrato, me meto un dedo en el orto y lo dejo estar un rato.
Oh,
I think that would be fun.
Yeah, just add de Canada, Canada
we'll,
at the end.
We'll save it.
I had erectile dysfunction until just now.
Brass tacks.
You wanna settle out?
Translation that your letter doesn't write in English. Yeah,
Okay.
that used to do for weird mess.
And
I mean, I haven't seen any of his recent stuff. Please don't tell me. Please don't send me a video of him diddling a 15-year-old like I did for you, for Mikey.
Yes, it's been too much for today. All right.
A 15-year-old like I did. I mean, I haven't seen any of his recent stuff. Please don't tell me. Please don't.
About Enrique Iglesias and South
We
America.
love Enrique Iglesias. I was just talking about him today, actually. I mean, I haven't seen any of his recent stuff. Please don't tell me. Please don't send me a video of him diddling a 15-year-old like I did for you, for Mikey.
Yes, it's been too much.
Yeah, apparently according to Mike from Drunk Debunk Show, is that Mikey Smith has a previous conviction years ago of having some sort of interference with a 15-year-old, apparently. So Mikey Smith here, this guy, has got a previous conviction of having some sort of have interfering with a minor.
For today. All right, let's see what else Mikey has in store for us.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Contact.
By the way, Mikey rings Drunk Debunk Show back here in a few minutes.
There we go. Beautiful. Absolute bullshit. I do not physically or mentally abuse this guy whatsoever. I just
Mikey Smith's phoning the Ministry of Defense in the U.S.
Get out of here, man.
On a Sunday, like they're going to be open.
My last
CK
live
has a
stream
great suggestion.
Who?
CK.
This one. Can I call Mikey and pretend to be the
CK.
She could pull it off.
Everyone's channels.
Yes.
Her or
I'm just skipping through this to try to get to this Mikey Smith stuff.
Or Chastity, something like that.
We need to get our Google Voice.
And it's just only because Mikey Smith, I was covering these videos on Sunday. I had to get off because I had a family emergency, and then Mikey Smith has deleted them. So this is like the only place I know where these videos kind of are. And then also Mike from Drunk Debunk ends up phoning him. It's quite fun.
This number, we need to get her a script and everything else.
Yeah,
it takes about a minute or 2 years.
And like
he knows. She's
We've got to come up with something feasible of how she could have possibly gotten his number, right?
Well, he was going around
everyone
with
knows his car.
Yeah,
drives that
I got this.
sexy fucking flatmobile. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, like
we
CK
need to find a
says,
way to
"Come on,
where we
boys,
can
I got
record
this."
it, CK.
Yeah, well, no, she says we'll work on it. We'll this will be a thing. Like we're ahead of the game, guys. We know what we're doing.
Her milkshake does have it. She's right.
wait, hold on, because maybe we shouldn't have said it because we have an infiltrate.
We have a tattletale in the audience.
Yeah, we have a snitch in our midst.
Milkshake. Wait, who's calling who? I don't have his number. I was actually calling my ex-girlfriend Vanessa Bataro.
How was
Let's call my uncle Mike.
My uncle. I have an uncle. So it's her parents were very quick story. And
wait, what?
bear with
Are we
me.
gonna read it?
Show
Are we
it.
gonna
Show
call
it.
back?
Wait.
And he died. What just happened?
Oh my
now he
God,
fucked
what
it up.
happened?
You got called back.
I think Jess didn't take kindly talking about stories about the Uruguayan lady. Oh, swat.
That's how he reacted. I was like,
Steel City, you're not lying. Mike.
I wonder how many flirts are IT guys. That's kind of scary.
0.
So he was
like an asshole.
But I answered, and
Go back.
None.
Oh,
First one comes back.
I fucked up.
So he was
like an asshole.
But I answered, and but he hung up immediately. I was trying to hit present like really quickly, share screen, and then I fucked it up, and I actually ended up hitting leave studio. So yeah, I know, but I picked up but he hung up immediately. So
wait, did you pick up with the correct voice? You did say like polo.
No, I picked up, but then it said oh, receiving a call from, and then it bloop,
it tipped him off like we are trying to connect you to your party or whatever. It's interference.
Yeah, I mean we could just have a burner phone. I'd be down
to go and I missed it. Hold on, wait. He left me a 4-second.
He left you a voicemail. That might be good.
Hold on.
Monkey Cat Pat for $2 says I came here for a milkshake and
So nothing but silence.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Come on, Mike.
Yeah, Mikey's been trying to call Dan, but it was just silence.
But why not broadcast?
Mikey, long-time listener, first-time caller. I saw your number on your stream, and
when it comes to CC, I'm sorry. When it comes, then that's where we have it. But right now we're kind of fucking winging it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh
no, really? I can tell him I'm
that
CC.
Would be so good.
Oh yes.
Pull it off. Then you've got the
CC.
There's
so
so
much
little
IQ
value
in one stream.
Your audio, entire. The audio. I didn't do the audio. Okay, hold on.
You're in IT, right?
Let me know.
Damn it. Bro.
Hello? Is this Michael Allen?
Alright, so Mikey Smith rang Drunk to Bunk back.
Hi, Michael Allen. This is Steve from the Canadian Space Agency. How are you? I'm doing okay. So, did you get my message?
No, sorry, I can't get into my messages.
You can't get into your messages? Okay. Well, my message was that we need to talk. So,
yeah.
So you submitted some paperwork to us. Our lawyers were made aware that you are suing us for what it looks like according to the paperwork.
Yeah, but Mike here at Drunk to Bunk, he's doing this all on the fly, just off the top of his head. So,
is that we're lying about space? Is that correct?
Yeah. Why are you calling from the States?
Why am I calling from space?
Yeah, this is not a Canadian number.
No, this is not a Canadian number. We have American locations as well.
Okay, and what's your last name?
My last name is McKeegan. Stephen McKeegan.
Okay.
Stephen McKeegan.
Yes. And my badge number is 5734.
Okay.
And I'm an agent for the Canadian Space Agency.
Yeah, well, I wish you guys luck. I've recorded the firmament, by the way.
So that actually brings me to what I called you about.
Yeah. So what are you going to do about it? Because I'm just going to sue your ass.
So we, Mr. Allen, I don't know how to bring this up to you.
Mikey Smith, 100% hook, line, and sinker, believed this whole phone call, by the way.
But we have also recorded the firmament.
Yeah, exactly. So why aren't you telling the public?
We can't. So is this line being recorded?
No, I'm laying in bed right now.
Okay.
100% is just not on Mikey's side.
So we obviously cannot explain that that we have recorded the firmament, that everything that we have is actually false. So what I need from you, Mr. Allen, is what would be what we need to do is talk about settlement. Okay, what would be a right amount for you to settle without bringing this public?
Well, I don't know what's. I'm not sure what's going on. How do I? I'm still trying to make sure I'm talking to the Canadian Space Agency right now.
So I gave you my first, last, and badge number, 3764.
Yeah. Okay. Just let me. Can I write that down? Just give me a minute here.
Absolutely.
Pretty sure it's a different badge number. Pretty sure it's a different badge number he gave you for. Good thing Mikey wasn't paying attention.
But I just need to let you know that we need to settle because this cannot go public, and you understand why.
Just give me a second here. Okay. Okay. And what was your name again? Steve? What was your name?
Steve McKeegan. McKeegan. Steven.
He even spells it the same as like. He even spells it the same as Dave McKeegan.
H-E-N. Stephen McKeegan.
And his Stephen.
Okay. And my badge number is 3764.
And what number is that called again?
That's my badge number. That's how we're identified here at the Canadian Space Agency. We just have badge numbers. We're literally just numbers in the system.
Okay. Is this and your voice is not being altered? Because it sounds that way.
My voice is not being altered. No, absolutely not.
Okay.
And this line is not being recorded.
Okay.
Okay. So
if I phone the Canadian Space Agency tomorrow, they would know who you are?
Absolutely. Yes. But they would verify, they would ask you to verify that the line is not being recorded.
Yeah. And so this is you're calling from Quebec?
I'm actually calling from Texas, southern Texas, actually.
I wanted to ask Quebec. He knew it wasn't a Canadian number. Like, what the fuck?
Why are you? So you're based in Texas, or what's going on?
Yes. So what the Canadian Space Agency does is they outsource a lot of their call center or legal consultation to the United States, to Europe. There's places in Europe that also work on the legal side of the Canadian Space Agency, because you understand that we are a global. All the space agencies work together globally.
Yeah. Well, it's not a globe, but yeah. Okay.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry. That's just the rhetoric that I'm trained with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm not. You're not talking to a stupid person. You can verify that for sure. I know.
It's Oh, the jury's still out on that one.
Michael Allen, I have verified that is not the case. I understand that you are not a stupid person.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have both got the same information. Okay. You have pictures of what we are trying to hide. And what we need to do is keep this from getting public. So what we need to do is talk about a settlement. Now, if you need a little bit of time, I can work with you. Again, my name is Steven. If you need anything, you need to call me at this number. Okay. What I want you to do is sit on this number. 3 million. Will $3 million keep you quiet?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna have to phone you. So I'm just writing down your number. It's 508.
Yes.
492-3892. Okay.
So that's my direct cell phone number. So that'll lead directly to me.
Mike, you just completely you see Doc's drunk debunk, but luckily he's using a fake number.
And I have worked with our lawyers. We have a whole team of lawyers. We have 32 lawyers. And when I say we have 32 lawyers, I am not joking.
Yeah.
And they are.
Max is saying 33. You should have said 33. I was thinking the same thing when I heard this. You should have said 33 lawyers.
How
they have.
How long ago? Yeah. How long ago did you hear about me, or find out my information? Where did you find it?
So our lawyers made me aware of it, because I have been given this project. I have been given this task to take care of this situation. Okay. So this was once you submitted the paperwork. What was it? 2 months ago? Around that time.
Yeah, but it would have been 3 months, a little bit more than 3, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was told about it on February 28th, is when I was told about this situation. So
okay.
Yeah. So that's when.
Just FYI, if anybody who doesn't know is watching my stream here, Mikey Smith, who they're talking to here, is attempting to sue the Canadian Space Agency because he says that they're lying and space isn't real, and so he's attempting to sue them for like $34 million or something like that. And then he wants to sue NASA afterwards.
This file came into my file. So
Is that why the police are following me more and scouting me out?
So
yeah, nothing to do with the fact that Mikey Smith has got like a massive like sandwich board, like ratchet strapped to the roof of his car, and has like stickers and like things all around this whole entire vehicle, saying flat Earth or stuff written all over it. Like it kind of stands out. They're probably following him to see what kind of nutter is driving this car.
I don't have any jurisdiction.
And if it's legal for him to have a sandwich board with a ratchet strap to the roof of his car.
Over the police, since I am in Texas, of the Saskatchewan police. However, I cannot say.
Oh, and also Mikey Smith likes to do a live stream on his phone while driving. So we probably got onto that since he does it live on the internet, and people probably have reported him.
That is not why the police are after you. I understand that you were pulled over the other day. You were let go. That was a test on you. I understand, according to this file that I have in front of me.
Sorry.
Okay, and where did you get the file from?
So all of this stuff is just provided to me from our lawyers. Okay, we have 32 lawyers. They're all working. They're all. That's who I get my like. You have to understand. I work the legal department. Okay, I need to know all the legal stuff that goes on with the people that we're trying to keep quiet, like Nathan Oakley. He's one of the big ones. Mark Sargent. They're all trying to get us exposed, and by us, I mean the Canadian Space Agency, NASA, the India Space Agency. All of us. We're all connected, but we need to keep everything out of the public eye.
JAXA.
So did you talk to Jaron then?
Russians.
Who's Jaron? Jaron who?
Oh, you know who Jaron is. Come on. You know who Jaron is. If this is the space agency, you know who Jaron is. Come on. Antarctica, you know about that trip. Come on.
Yeah, I don't know who Jaron is. Can you verify who Jaron is?
Jaron, one of the guys who went to Antarctica, supposedly. That was all fake.
Well, of course it was. Of course it was.
Yeah.
Antarctica doesn't exist. But that's only something that you and I know.
There's a Mike just starts kind of feeding into conspiracy theory thing. It's funny. I think that this cinches it down for Mikey Smith.
And obviously the Canadian Space Agency.
So what's wrong with people knowing the truth?
Do you know what that would do to the humanity? That would turn everything upside down. Nothing that we know as fact would be real.
Yeah, exactly. Because you, Canadian Space Agency, probably don't even know where we live, do you?
$5 million. $5 million to keep this out of the public eye.
How are you going to pay me that?
We're the Canadian Space Agency. What do you mean? That $5 million is a penny in our pocket.
Yeah, exactly.
So unfortunately, Mike, Drunk to Bunk, could have done better if he had a little bit of knowledge of Canada, because he kind of stitches himself up here a few times. He's able to kind of pull it back. I think down to the fact that he said that he's in Texas, but yeah, maybe he wasn't thinking the fact. But I think this comes down to a lot of times I know I lived from Canada, lived in the States for a while, and I realized is that the States don't learn a lot about Canada and the Canadian government and stuff like that so much. They learn a tiny bit, but it's very, very, very basic. And I think because that then they don't have that. Like I would know, like Canadian. I only lived in the U.S. for like 3 years. I was only very young, but even then, I know enough to say like they got their legislature building. They have like their. I can't think of it this second. Maybe I'm proving this to myself here. It is like 10:27, 12:27 in the morning. So, but yeah, they have like their it's not House of Representatives. But they have those whatever. I'll move on.
Yeah. So what about 33% of last year's budget? You know 33. You're all Freemasons. Come on.
Okay.
We got Freemasons in the family. I'm just not allowed to talk about it. You know who my dad is too, probably, eh? You know who my dad is.
67 million. 67.
Why the fuck would some guy in Texas know who Mikey Smith's dad is? Or Michael Allen, I should say Mikey Smith's real name. Why? I have a friend who's a freaking Freemason. He wouldn't know who the hell freaking Mikey Smith's dad is or anybody else.
7 million.
Shit.
He
knows the guys in his own lodge, and that's it.
Space agency. Come on, you're just randomly throwing numbers off, right? So if I agreed with that,
okay.
What's
Congress? That's it. Congressional building, Congress.
You're right.
Are you gonna...
You're right. I should. You're right. I'm not doing my job properly. I should talk. I'm just scared. Okay, I'm scared for myself. I'm scared for humanity, because if you go to the public with this information, then it's all over for all of us. So what will it take to keep you quiet?
So here, where are we going to meet? We're going to meet in Regina, Saskatchewan, at a government building, correct? How are we going to do this? If this is the Canadian Space Agency, you make the time and date, and I'll be there.
Okay, Regina, tomorrow morning, 10 a.m.
Where?
At the state office.
State office. You could have said
and where's that?
Like the main courthouse.
Why is it a state office? I don't live in the States.
So what I need to do?
See, he might drunk debunk kind of stitch some stuff up there, but seeing state office, he could have said provincial building, and that would have been fine. And he could have said downtown Regina.
Okay. Again, my name is Stephen McKeegan, 3764. I need to talk to the people that are in charge of me. Okay. I have direct reports. Okay. They will let me know where to meet you and how long it will take to get there. Because again, I'm in southern Texas. I'm right by the Gulf of Mexico.
Are you the McKeegan that
Somebody
runs the
said
YouTube
Service
channel?
Canada office, yeah.
Is this kind of a fake phone call, isn't it?
I don't have a YouTube channel, sir.
So I noticed that there's been a few people calling me. Who else are you getting to call me tonight?
New
York, Mass.
I think what these guys said, remember, is that Mikey Smith, like anybody else who's a flat Earth, is extremely uninteresting of the government and very, very conspiracy minded. So they're going to be suspicious of everything that isn't like within their little echo chambers. So you have to kind of be on the ball and at least have things like lined up a bit more. So I think this is off the cuff, and he's doing this, and I think he does an okay job. It helps that Mikey's not the sharpest tool in the shed, but if you were to do this to anybody else, I think they'd have to kind of have their stuff kind of buttoned down a bit more, at least the backstory, because any flat earther or anybody that's conspiracy minded, conspiracy theorist, is going to question every single tiny little thing. Even if they're not smart enough to realize what the questioning is stupid, they're still going to question everything. Just like, Mikey Smith's questioning if the Earth is a globe or not, despite all the evidence, all the measurements, all the pictures, everything we have, he doesn't trust. So he's not going to trust some person talking to him on the phone that he doesn't know personally. I think he knows personally.
It would most likely be other agents that are trying to get in touch with you to keep you quiet. I don't know. I've been given this assignment. There's most likely been other people who have been given this assignment. We have been directed to keep this quiet, and that's what we intend to do. And I know that money talks. So what I need you to do is tell me how much it'll take. We are the Canadian Space Agency. We work with NASA directly.
We need to meet at a government office and discuss this in person. I'm not going to discuss this over the phone.
That makes a lot of sense.
Remember, I'm not. There's a lot of people who think I'm stupid, man. I'm one of the very smartest people out there. I'm not gullible, okay? I will phone the...
The ego is just massive for Mikey Smith. That's why his head's so big. It's to contain all that ego.
Police after this, if I have to confirm who I'm talking to.
Yeah.
So let's you make the time and date and place. Tell me remember, this is Regina, Saskatchewan, so you got to know that city. What should I go to the Saskatchewan, the the legislative building, or go downtown to the lawyer's place? Where do you want me to go? Tell me. Come on.
Like I said.
So Mikey gave everything that Drunk Debunk needs right there. He kind of stitched himself up by giving him the information he needs to use.
I am in Texas. Okay, I'm in southern Texas. What I need to do.
How are you going to pay me the money then?
It wouldn't. Michael, I know that you know what's going on here. I would not pay you out of my pocket.
No, I know that, but how are you going? You need my banking information. Then you're just going to strip me out of my bank account, right?
I don't want any of that. Why would I want any of that? We would be giving you a check. It would be given to you. It would handed to you by a judge. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So you arrange the judge and the time and place, and I'll go pick it up. If this is actually real.
She just said to him, "We'll give it to you in unmarked $100 bills in a briefcase, all like Cloak and Dagger style."
So that's we still need to talk more. We need to talk in person.
Yeah, exactly. Let's talk in person. Let's do it.
Okay.
So when you come into Canada?
So it would most likely not be me coming to Canada. It would be one of our affiliates, or with a lawyer. Okay. So we would need to set up a time with a lawyer and one of our affiliates. Okay, in the legal department of the Canadian Space Agency. So we would set up a time. Okay, and so I'm just glad I got in touch with you finally. Okay, because I've been trying to get in touch with you about this for a little bit. Please, can you give me a call tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. and we will set up. It will probably be either Karen or it would be Rebecca that will be meeting you in Saskatchewan or Regina, wherever you want to go. It could be at a Starbucks for all you. I feel like the most logical place would be to meet at a public place. Okay, where there'd be a lot of people, so you can feel comfortable. Okay, or we can do it at one of our government buildings. Absolutely, whatever you want to do, whatever will keep you quiet.
So how long have you had agents following me?
I personally have not had agents following you, but I cannot speak for the rest of the agency.
And so who contacted you with my papers, like those papers that I said that I was suing the Canadian Space Agency, but I haven't filled them out properly. I was going to get my affidavit filled out pretty soon here. On the 23rd, I was going to see my lawyer, so yeah.
So what we're doing is jumping ahead of your affidavit, because if once you put in the affidavit, okay, you are the affidavit, right? If you lie on that affidavit, then you go to jail. You understand that?
Oh.
I don't know if that's because it's only going to be small claims. There's no criminal case or anything here, so I don't know if that's 100% true. But what would probably end up happening is if the affidavit isn't filled out correctly and stuff, then the case just simply be thrown out. Because it's just a. I thought Mikey Smith's done this. Like he went to a lawyer's office and had to help him fill stuff out to file. Pro bono, like do one of those free consultation for half an hour or some shit. And he still hasn't filled it out correctly, which is weird because I'm sure he'd done that several months ago. And he's still trying to get that affidavit and everything in. So I think he tried to say the end of March. He said if they don't get back to me, then I've won, or I'm gonna take them. He said April, and now we're into May. So it must be down to the fact is that he keeps thinking he's getting it, but he's not filling it in right. I'd be interested to see how this goes down though, because I think this is just gonna be it's gonna go down. It's gonna go up in flames for Mikey, and it's gonna be quite fun to watch, and sad at the same time.
Okay.
So if you lie on that affidavit, according to what we have the public knowing, then you will go to jail. So if the public knows, including the judges, that that space is real and the Earth is in fact a globe, then listen, laugh away. Yeah. I laugh at it too, because obviously it's not correct. Okay.
Exactly.
So what we're doing is keeping you out of jail and keeping you from writing that affidavit, because if you lie on that affidavit, then you will go to jail. And according to
it would benefit you for me to go to jail, because I would not be doing any filming, obviously. Eh?
It would not benefit us.
Why?
For you, because you have a huge YouTube presence. Do you know how damaging that would be to us if we put you in jail?
I don't have a huge YouTube presence. I've only got 2,700 people.
That's what you have subscribed to you. I'm talking about the people who watch you, who listen to you, who know you. You're telling me that your car that you drive around Saskatchewan
is just stroking that massive ego that Mikey Smith has. This is how he gets in.
Regina, all these different places. People know you, Max, and that's the issue. That's what we're trying to keep.
He calls him Max. Did you get on there? He said he knows you, Max. He actually slipped out with Max instead of Mikey. He's been talking to Max all night, so fucking Mikey didn't get onto it. It's sad. Shit.
So how is it you go from 3 million to 67 million?
Like I said, I might have jumped the gun a little bit here. And Mr. Allen, I do appreciate your patience with me. I do need to talk to my superiors. Okay, they told me 3 million, but then you said you wanted a certain percentage of what we make per year. So I jumped the gun without making sure it was okay with my superiors. So what I need to do, like I said, I need you to call me at 10 o'clock in the morning, tomorrow morning, at this number. It will lead right to me, and I will have talked to my superiors by then.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I still don't believe this phone call, but anyways, yeah, it works for me, I guess. I'll go with your story here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll call you tomorrow.
Okay, Michael, I need you to know that you can trust me. You can trust us as a space agency. I use space agency very loosely because we all know the truth.
So, but what's the deal with Chris Hadfield, that slime bucket? Huh?
That is confidential information I cannot share with you. I cannot.
Just quick FYI, the Canadian Space Agency typically receives an annual budget around $400 million Canadian or 300 million US. Obviously, it changes, depends. Which is smaller than NASA and all that. Budget can vary from year to year due to additional earmarks. For example, 2024 budget included $8.6 million for the Lunar Exploration Accelerator Program, which is GALEAP. And then Mikey wanted what, 33% of 400 million. So let's see, what 10% before 40 million. So Canadian. So he wants like a quarter of that. See what he's wanting like a third of that, just over 100 million. Mikey didn't realize. So Mikey not looked this up? Because he should have said as soon as they went 67 million, he would have gone, no, I want 33%. I want 1/3 of your annual budget, which is well over, that's gonna be like that'd be 125 million, wouldn't it? There about my math could be about on. I'm only doing my head real quick, so. But yeah, so good luck. Good luck with that, Mikey. I wish you luck with that. Have at her. Make sure to post it all up online because we want to watch and see.
Not share that with you. We cannot share the information of other individuals with you. All that we can do is say how it is for you, Mr. Allen.
So, yeah, just a few other questions here. So, the papers that I had filled out, can you read to me what's on like the third page, halfway down the page? Can you read that to me if you have my paper?
I do apologize, sir, but I do not have that information in front of me.
Okay, I thought you did.
I will have it tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. when you call me.
And who presented the information to you? Like, can you name the online site that I filed it on?
I cannot. I only have the information that's given to me by my superiors. I do not have any kind of website. I only have the documents, and the documents.
Okay,
more the documents will be provided.
Yeah, nice save there by Drunk Debunk on how he's handled that.
To me, so here's how it works. Okay, I want to break this down to you because I want to be as transparent as possible here, Michael. When I am given an assignment, and like all my other coworkers, right, we're all given assignments. We're all over the world. Okay, I'm honestly surprised that someone from the Middle East didn't get to you first. I do understand that someone wants you to go over to to Egypt. That's one of our operatives. Okay, the person who wants to send you over to Egypt, that's one of us. Okay, so I just want to let you know.
FYI, if anybody doesn't know, that is Sam from Flat Earth Reconnaissance, who claims to be Mikey's friend. I honestly think he's just using Mikey, but that's my opinion, and my opinion alone. So
I need to be as transparent as possible. Okay. Now, the way it works is we are given the phone number, the name, and the general description of what we're dealing with. And then we are given the instruction to get in contact with this person. And then we go from there. And then once we get in contact with that person, we then get all the information needed, like the paperwork, like your like the paperwork you submitted to sue the Canadian Space Agency. Okay. And then
so Samuel is an agent for you?
How do I put this? Again, I cannot give out confidential information, but between you and me, Michael, like, you are a reasonable human being. Sam is one of us.
So what did he recently purchase then? Tell me.
I don't know what he recently purchased. I don't know what that is. That's not information that we're given.
Not liberty to
okay, like
details.
What he does to try and get his assignments done. That's not my jurisdiction. My jurisdiction is get in contact with my assignment, and then get that person a settlement. That's my job. It's a matter of international security.
Okay, and so again, I'm going to repeat this again. So when I phone the Canadian Space Agency tomorrow morning before I phone you, they will know who Stephen McKeegan is.
Stephen.
And the 3764. Stephen, yeah. The 3764.
Yes. Badge number 3764. They know who I am.
Okay.
So if you, I beg of you to call them and inquire about Stephen McKeegan at 3764.
And they'll know, they'll know where you're based out of.
They'll know I'm based out of Southern Texas. That's what I've been informed that I can tell you.
Could you tell me the building number you work out of?
I cannot.
Okay.
It is a matter of personal security. We need to know that we can trust you, Michael, and that you will use discretion and not discuss this with anyone.
So, this is quite amazing. Hey, you guys don't know where we live, do you? That firmament is absolutely amazing.
It's a matter of lateral security.
It's gorgeous. It is absolutely phenomenal.
So am I the only one? Have you guys recorded stars? Or like, am I the only one who's done that? Or what's the deal with that?
Stars are only light sources in the sky. That's all they are. They are. We do not know what they... Listen, let me tell you what we know about the quote-unquote stars. Okay? Yeah. They are electromagnetic pulses of light within the firmament.
Yeah.
There are 7 layers to the firmament.
Yeah.
7 layers to the firmament. He's just taking all Mikey's stuff he's already said and just like regurgitating it back to him. That's why for Glover, it's easy to be a flat earther. And go in and like cosplay is one really easy. And sometimes some guys do that just to have a bit of fun. And all you do is to see the most ridiculous things, is regurgitate the same points over and over again. And flat earthers just eat it up. Yeah, you're one of ours. But flat earthers have a really hard time going the other way because they don't understand any of the globe model. They don't know. So I don't even think I've heard of a flat earther doing that. Because no, I've seen some sort of try on like TikTok, and they get found out within about 5 minutes. It's pretty easy. They think they understand it, but they don't. That's why they're flat earthers.
What we like to call it is rakia. That way, all the normies, if you will, won't know what we're talking about. So, Michael, I just need to know, can you trust me?
I guess so. I'll figure that out tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., I guess, eh?
Yes. And please, before you call me, please call this Canadian Space Agency and verify my identity.
So you won't know this answer either. So what's up with all these astronomers? Are they hired agents too to portray that space is a cartoon and all these fake galaxies and junk like that, or what?
So, Michael, I don't know what you mean by astronomers.
Yeah, like well, all the people that work in like observatories, all the people that have telescopes that, like amateur astronomers that do stuff in the backyards or go out into like a dark field somewhere, set up out there, like what astronomers you talk about. Because like even if you take all the universities and observatories out of it, there's millions of people around the world, including myself, that have a telescope and can look at everything ourselves and verify everything that they show us. And there's some people that have some really fantastic telescopes that are amateur that can see pretty much what, almost anything that observatories can see. Obviously, you get stuff like James Webb and Hubble that are outside of outside of our atmosphere or just on the edge. They can see a lot more stuff than somebody who's terrestrial. But or if you're in some of the observatories that have obviously a massive telescope, they're in ideal locations and you can see quite a bit as well. But I've seen some guys with some pretty big castle grade telescopes, and they can see a lot. I mean, I see one that literally is pretty much an observatory. Look up the world's largest reflector telescope, and it's like you need you gotta take it down and set it all up. It's all like scaffolding and everything. The massive mirror you have to put in the back of a pickup truck. I mean, it's just insane.
Neither do I.
We're not made aware of all the opposition to what reality is. All that we are aware of is I apologize. We cannot disclose any more information.
So what's the moon and the sun then? The moon's very interesting. I can't figure that thing out. What's the moon? Is it plasma?
I cannot disclose any
fucking hell. Fluorescent plasma. Plasma is a state of ionized freaking gases. If the moon is plasma, we never look the same ever. It'd be freaking morphing and changing. All the patterns, everything ought to be fucking changing at all times. Plasma is not solid. All right, it doesn't keep one shape. It moves. It'd be flexing and moving and flickering. All the stuff we see on there would all be moving. I've got from observations of the moon. It looks the same as it always has for the last freaking thousands of years, right? Like, it's stupid. They think it's plasma. All this flurfs don't. If you're gonna call something plasma, know what fucking plasma is. Like, this is just ridiculous to bring that shit up.
More information. What I need to know is that you trust me, that you will call me in the morning after you get off the call with the Canadian Space Agency.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Again, do you have my information?
Yes, I wrote it down. Stephen McKeegan, badge number 3764, and you're based out of Southern Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And you know about obviously Samuel. Who else is an agent around me?
Are you familiar with a gentleman named Vlad?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, he's the one kicking the crap out of me in the last 24 hours.
Physically, do we need to send agents to protect you?
No, I'm not afraid of anything. But what's going to happen? Yeah, no, I'm good.
Okay.
So what's up with Polaris?
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 You mean the joke of a North Star?
Well, Polaris is the North Star, sure. Yeah, it's not a joke. It's there.
We planted that.
So what?
We planted
that point of light. The
Canadian Space Agency doesn't even have rockets or like ships of their own, and never has. They've just always kind of piggybacked off of like ESA or NASA, but somehow the Canadians planted the Polaris North Star in the firmament somehow.
That is not okay. So, Michael, we have a lot to discuss. There's a lot that you don't know, and there's a lot that I need to inform you about. But what I need to make sure is that you are with us. You will no longer create videos that will try to expose us, and that you will be compensated greatly for it.
Yeah.
Do I have your okay? All right.
Yeah. I can't deal with the sheep anymore out there, so they're pissing me off. So I'd rather not do anything really on YouTube. I can live my life and not be harassed and
Mikey's literally admitting that he's a fucking grifter. That he's only in it to make some money. You was seeing that, like, okay, if you pay me this money, I'll just stop using YouTube because I can't be bothered doing this. She's not interested in getting the truth out there, right? He's selling out. He's pretty much offering to sell out is what he's doing. I mean, that's, you know, it's not all about like getting God's firmament out there and trying to prove it to the world and being like some sort of like truth seeker and warrior for the common man. Look, he's being offered a little bit of money. What's Mikey doing? He's selling out. He's a sellout. He's just a grifter like pretty much all the other flat earthers out there. Good job, Mikey. It's exposing yourself.
Made fun of.
Okay. All right. So I just want to let you know that I could lose my job for talking to you about this over the phone.
Yep. So who is the other guy phoning me from New York?
I don't know. There's
yeah.
all the people that all the assignments that we get sent out to a bunch of different people in our department, and whoever gets contact first, we submit a ticket, and in that ticket we say, okay, I got this person. This is the conversation that we had. It will be taken care of.
I get it. Yeah, you're like I get it. You're like you're seeking. You're trying to get the information. You've got the guy, and you're arrange. You know, you're going to arrange the meeting. You're going to talk to these people, and I get it.
Yeah, and it all has to be secret, and it cannot be known by the public. You understand what kind of damage it would do to the public if this was leaked.
Do I have to sign a non-disclosure agreement probably, eh?
There's going to be a lot of things that you have to sign. That being one of them, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, I'll talk to you in the morning there.
All right. I look forward to speaking with you more.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks for calling.
Thank you for your cooperation. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Yeah, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, my God, Mike. You missed out on all the things. I was trying to give you the courthouse address. Right there. I sent it to you in text. I sent it to you in Discord. I sent it to you.
I was in a fucking.
He was in the zone. He was in the zone.
I know. Dude,
I mean, that was considering that he just did off the cuff, like he was literally just thinking on his feet. He did a pretty good job, and Mikey, I think, 100% did believe it.
Gave you the courthouse address, and I was telling you, like, this line is not secure. No more questions, no more details. We cannot talk. We have to wait till we meeting. And I was telling you, tell him that the New York number was from FBI office because NASA has an interest in this as well.
Mike, I still think you did a great job, though.
No, you did a great job. I would have died about halfway through and said, "Fine,
I would not have been able to stay in character.
Holy
like,
moly!
I could do CC in character, but damn, but that's only for like.
All right, so I'm gonna switch gears a little bit. So go into that. That was quite funny. Mickey. Come on. Smacky, I think, actually ended up phoning the Canadian Space Agency, and they didn't know who the heck he was talking to because, well, obviously. All right, so I'll quickly go through this. So, it's not that one there. So he ends up going through this one a bit here.
Happening due to the moisture or something.
So Mikey goes on in this one here. This is one from last night, and he thinks he knows about airplanes. He thinks airplanes don't have their fuel tanks in the wings and stuff like that. So we can go over this a little bit. See if I can we still got this set up. Yep. All right, let's see. Go through this. Try to get through this real quick. I won't do this whole video, but we'll do. You get the gist of it.
Subaru. No, it's not Subaru. It's YouTube channel, because I have not been getting my notifications or the comments. See if I have any comments. I was not being notified of them until yesterday, so I haven't.
Okay, go through all this stuff.
Like I said, we are going to watch we should probably do the airplane wing first. All know how movies work, correct? At least I hope we do. When you're filming your set, your lines, whatever you're doing, that next 20, 30 seconds to a minute long, at least what you think is going on, or maybe that 5-minute scene. It's not a 5-minute scene. It's probably broken up into 10 different sections over the course of the entire day or 2 days that needed to film that 5-minute video. Okay?
That's no, for a 5-minute video, it wouldn't take that long. Especially what the one he's going to show you here, which is like a YouTube documentary sort of thing.
And every time
the breakout has to move from location to location because the setup or when you got lighting or because of transitioning, they move the equipment around, they hand it around. They're not going to be recording all that.
The camera goes from
it's
here.
Just, they're going to cut that shit out because it's just meaningless crap. They're trying to condense the video down for people to pay attention, right?
To there, to that position, to this position. That's 4 separate cuts. And in between those cuts could have been an hour or 2 in between those cuts. Or it could have been a half a day. And why are they cutting? Because they have to set up the next scene. They have to redo it. Maybe go to the washroom, have lunch, whatever it is they're doing in between cuts or scenes or whatever they're doing. So why are people doing it on YouTube? That's why I prefer not to edit my videos. I want everything natural as it is live. Or if I'm recording a video, I post it as it is. I don't like cutting to make it shorter, fancier, more intelligent, blah, blah, blah. Maybe my ego will be bigger if I know how to run a computer software program because now I've produced a video that's fancy. I don't care, okay?
It's not fancy just to cut out some of the dead space BS. Like, it's you're just doing it to give more continuity. This is like the whole thing of like, why don't they have rockets, like a rocket launch that goes from the pad all the way up to past the moon? It's like, that's ridiculous, right? Who's gonna watch like a 30-40 hour video? Like nobody's gonna watch that. Like, it was like the whole they had a few different ones they wanted. I think they wanted like the 24-hour like non-stop. Yeah, like Antarctica. Flat Earthers always ask for a 24-hour non-time lapse video. I've said this to them, like, well, who's going to sit there and watch 24 hours of video non-stop of looking at the sun over top of a barren snowy wasteland? Nobody's going to sit there for a full 24 hours. I even asked them, are you going to sit there for a full 24 hours and watch that? One, who's going to upload that? YouTube has max like a live stream is 12 hours. And two, who's going to sit there? Who's going to sit there for a full 24 hours watching, just looking at that? Like, anybody who's doing that has no freaking life. Like, a time lapse is to take the whole 24 hours and condense it in. It's still seeing the whole thing, but it speeds it up so that you can see what you're looking at, which they say the time, like the 24-hour sun in Antarctica, so you can see the whole motion and see the whole thing. Is still the full 24 hours. Just they've taken a picture here in between to see the movement, and then it's been condensed into something that it's easier to watch, that we can, that people will sit and watch. They made a 10-15 minute video over like a 24-hour video, but it's just not good enough for them. They want this. You want like a rocket launch that goes right from the launch pad all the way up to the moon and looking back at the Earth. It's like nobody's going to sit there and watch a full, a rocket launch up, then continuously watch it as it orbits from the moon on the Earth a couple of times to get its trajectory using the gravitational pull of the Earth to head off to the moon. But it's not like this goes up and this goes off. They don't keep the running. They use the gravity of the Earth and the gravity of the moon to help keep the rocket or the module in motion. But flat earthers don't even have the foggiest, simplest idea about orbital mechanics. I'm not saying I do. I know, I understand the very, very basics by looking at a few things and using how the use elliptical orbits and stuff like that to pick up or reduce speed, or how to sync itself up to like the ISS. Sorry, getting a dry mouth, getting the ISS, but it's it's not that hard. But flat earthers just refuse to understand or can't understand.
So, moving on, we will go to the description of an airplane wing, okay? And we will have to see if you see what I see.
All right, back.
Okay. I'm not saying there's no fuel on planes. It's just you need to show me where it goes. And just don't show me a freaking diagram from Google or point to something or say it's in the wings, Mike. Okay. Well, I've got a brain capacity of 500 pounds inside my head. Where would I show you that?
MRI, CT scan, X-ray.
I could draw you a diagram.
Weigh it, right?
Sure. I'll show you a diagram of an enormous head with an enormous brain inside, and it's just going to explode the skull into a million brain fractures or bone fractures, okay? So again, we're needing to ask questions as we are presented with stuff, okay? I could talk about stars at this point, but I don't want to talk about that right now. We're moving on to other stuff. Jolly Man, good to see you there. Yeah, I'm okay for now, I guess. So yeah, let's get one of these videos going here. We'll watch it, and I'll have to stop it a few times, but oh yeah, I need to go to here and present. Hopefully the volume works. Why is that play thing there?
Hey folks, don't forget this. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell icon so you know when I load up new videos or if I start going live. Comment down below and click the thumbs up. And and subscribe, of course.
All right, here we go.
By my esteemed colleague, Only Fancal.
Hello, everyone from Canada.
Today we're going to take you on a little.
Okay. Remember this wing, folks. Remember this wing. You see how it's kind of oval shape and how freaking thin it is and how it's not square? Okay, the wing is not square. We can see that, correct? Remember how thin it is. Okay, let's move on very slowly here.
Adventure and show you and teach you all about the wings and the wing tanks.
Yes, the wing tanks that you do not show us. Thank you. You show us something else. Again, you see how flat this is and how narrow, flat, and of course it's at an angle. It goes from a low point to a high point. So whatever fuel is over here supposedly is going to settle near the center here, give or take 4 to 6, 8 feet of this wing.
So obviously Mikey doesn't realize that there can be partitions between different tanks that are partitioned off, and then you have transfer pumps between. So you have a pump in each tank, and you can transfer the fluid from one to another and stuff, or you can shift it through into the engines as and when needed. Right? It's it's not that difficult. Vehicles have that. If you have like our four-wheel drive vehicle, I worked the Land Rover. The tank went over top of the rear drive shaft or the prop shaft like that. So the tank actually had a hump in it, and so on one side you had the main fuel pump, and on the other side you had another little pump, which was called transfer pump, and it would just pump from there to the other side, and it had two feeds, two pumps inside. I want to go over to the other, connect up to the line, and then both the lines head off. So that way, and then it had baffles inside, so it went back and forth. It stopped it from sloshing and making a lot of noise. But yeah, they just had a transfer pump going from one side to another, and then obviously, when the fuel got low enough that the hump was high enough, it just would transfer from one side to the other. It had the little lever on it, so it's it's not that difficult.
Thing is going to be from here to here fuel, and of course if the fuel does go out to the tip, which I highly doubt it does, as the airplane fuel dissipates, the level of the fuel will come down the slanted airplane wing and hang around this area as it runs out of fuel. Okay,
even if it does, I don't see the problem, because they're going to account for that. You're keeping the center of mass in the middle where they want it.
At least that's what should happen, because we all know how liquid works and how the buoyancy and density works of liquid.
By the end of this video, you're going to appreciate wings a lot more. Trust me.
No, I'm not.
Just to get the simplistic factor out of the way, the wings of an aircraft are the fuel tank.
Yes, again, that's what you are stating, but you are not showing us.
Right. If you didn't know this already, that's what it is. The wings.
He's got 20 seconds in, like, you're not showing us. It's 20 seconds into the video, you freaking dumbass.
Are the fuel tank. But there's a lot more inside there than you think.
Yeah, a lot more than what you're showing us, that's for sure. I'll show you that in a minute. And then we will go to a diagram, very sophisticated diagram.
Well, I thought Mikey didn't want diagrams shown. So see, this is like the flat earth, like, whole logic of like evidence, right? They can show very basic drawings, that's fine. But you have to show physical, like this and that. Like, a drawing isn't good enough for the evidence against their narrative, but their narrative showing drawings like the flat earth, completely fine.
Of an airplane wing, the internal workings of it, and I'll show you that after this
Variety
video.
of architecture and baffling, fuel sensors, all sorts of fun stuff. We even got the opportunity to take a look at inside of a fuel tank, and you're going to see how complex it is. Without further ado, let's get at it. The first thing we're going to talk about
are these access points that we do not see on the inside of the fuel tank. Okay, these
actually you do.
Are all along the wing, according to these guys.
What is the fuel panels?
Fuel panel are usually composed of a fuel panel, including a gasket, a ring, screws.
Again, here's the diagram of a wing here, okay? You see this diagram here? It looks like the internal walls that you have in your house with the studs in the walls supporting the gyprock. And so yeah, again, that's not an actual diagram because that's a piece of junk. But I'll show you an actual.
Because he doesn't like the diagram, because it disproves everything he just said is a piece of junk.
Diagram of what's inside of a wing, not this pathetic diagram.
And a mesh for bonding.
These panels also serve as protection, hence why they're known as impact-resistant doors. They also serve as access points to get inside the tank.
Fuel is not only used for the engine, it's also used for cooling. It could be used for trimming the airplane in flight, and a lot of other components.
Yes, DJ New Moon, I'm going to interrupt this video for a sec. DJ New Moon, I was going to phone you earlier, but I found you. So the video is corrupting it. Supposedly, so I'm wondering if you would know how to do it. If I
quickly, this Mikey apparently hit a deer, and then he was going on about he wanted to save the video because he can't figure out how to push the lock feature on his the lock a video on like his on his dash cam. So he pulled the SD card out while he was still trying to save and corrupted the file.
I did send it to you personally, or if I should just.
Oh no, he's seen something like a light or something. I wanted to, and that was it.
Get it done here at a computer shop, but I'm wanting, because I did not allow the looping video, which was 2 minutes long, to finish its 2-minute loop before I took the video out of the SD card out of the camera. So anyway.
He didn't turn the camera off and then take it out. He did it when he was still on and corrupted it. He corrupted the file. It's fucked.
You can get back to me on chat or phone me later.
If we need to access a certain portion of the wing to change out a component or do an inspection, that's why they're all across the wing like that.
Yes, and we do not see them on the inside of the plane wing. Not a chance.
Up next, a little red dot.
And I will prove that wrong here in a second. hold on. In fact, you know what? I just don't have the patience to wait. So. Let me see here. I have a. Double check here if it's one I on this guy is on this one. There's a different video I watched. It is actually. And what's happened there? Oh, button didn't I? Just check something here. Why am I getting no the sound? Oh, that's unturned off. Huh. And what's that right there? We're going for the inside of the wing. I'm sure the whole video.
Austin's gonna follow me.
Oh, look at that! Inside the wing going out. Holy shit! What's that? And watch this go from the other side. See this one here, or is it a different video I had?
We try to do Facebook Live.
In here? Here. This is what Mike. This is what Mikey says isn't inside the wing. Hold on.
Go up inside the fuel tank, guys. Main fuel tank. Right up inside of here. And all up inside that hole.
In the middle?
Alright, join me for that. Calibrating the machine.
Are we coming from fishing or going fishing? You tell us.
Yeah, trick work. Another opening. Another opening. Inside the fuel tank. Oh, it's 767. Woo.
All right, so let's go back here for a second here. So yeah,
that you saw right there.
At least the supposed fuel tanks that we're in. If we were inside that wing, I'm pretty sure we would see those. But when they do cut the video and insert a camera into whatever it is we're looking at, because they don't show you the full video entering the fuel tank, they just cut video and supposedly you're in the fuel tank.
There, that actually is a component. This is for your fuel stick. This is a way to manually measure how much fuel there is in the tank. Yeah. These are magnetic fuel sticks with a float. In case the aircraft fuel quantity indicators are going inoperative or malfunctioning, we as maintenance can perform a manual fuel reading.
On the older generation airplane, you could also find dripstick instead of dipstick. By moving the dripstick in and out, you could see the level of fuel depending if it was dripping or not.
Here's a perfect example of it. The aircraft fuel indication system was inoperative, and we had to make sure to measure the fuel tank values within the right tank. As you can see, the little probe is slowly moving up as they are fueling it. We take the aircraft's pitch and roll, and we utilize manuals to get the specific amount of fuel that is inside the tank. Once we have the desired amount, we will tell the fueling personnel to stop fueling. All of this is done according to maintenance manuals. Up next, we have fuel tank sensors. To be more exact, fuel probes. These are the things that actually measure the quantity of fuel within the tank. This ties into the computer system, which is the FQI, the fuel quantity indicating system. These components are scattered all throughout the wing. There are a variety of...
Oh, look at that. See, diagram right there with everything labeled out. A technical specification and blueprint.
Fuel probe designs, but the most common ones are capacitance type. The capacitance value of the probe changes in proportion to the depth of fuel inside the tank. When the probe is dry, the capacitance value is low. But as fuel moves up to the probe, the capacitance value increases. There's also densitometers within the fuel tank that measure the density of the fuel. As you can see, the fuel tank is not just simply a fuel.
Here's another one, guys. Somebody needs to show me a plane that is not operating. They do not use it as a plane. It is, there's something wrong with the structure of the plane. It's in the airplane desert or wherever they store all these planes. They need to go to these planes, open up one of the wings from the top, cut it out with a cutting torch.
The only thing is, do you want to cut it open with a cutting torch if you think there's still a bit of fuel in there? Because things are going to end very badly if you use a cutting torch.
Stick a camera in there and you show me the actual fuel inside of a wing in the fuel tank.
See, like I just said, see, he wants somebody to open up a wing that still has fuel in it, open up a fuel tank with a cutting torch, and show him fuel inside with the tank. Mikey, if you did that, then the person ain't going to show you anything anymore, because they're going to end up being a massive, huge fireball, because you're talking high octane fuel and a flame. Think about that for a second. Yeah.
That would be the optimal proof that there is fuel in the wing.
Fuel tank, there's a lot more.
Yeah, let's just go back there just for a second and hear what Mikey said just one more time.
That would be the optimal side of a... They need to go to these planes, open up one of the wings from the top, cut it out with a cutting torch. Stick a camera in there and you show me the actual fuel inside of a wing in the fuel tank.
So get on this. So he said, go to one of these, cut it open with a torch, and show them the actual fuel in the tank. High octane jet fuel in a tank, and cut it open with a torch, a heat source. What the fuck? So stupid.
That would be the optimal proof that there is fuel in the wing.
You know, that would be the ultimate. That should be the ultimate of. I mean, really? Really? The only thing you show is something like this. That is ultimately seeing. There. Let me show you one more time here. This is somebody cutting open a fuel tank with a torch. That's all you see, Mikey, right there. That's exactly what all they would see. How stupid are you, really?
Fuel tank. There's a lot more.
File maybe the camera model and ask on AI Copilot a form. It should lead you to software to extract it, but I'm not a pro at it. But should be that process. Okay, cool.
I was talking
will try
about
that and see what happens.
talking about his SD card.
Or that goes into it. Up next, fuel sumping. Yes, fuel sumping is very important. This is what we do as maintenance to make sure there's no water within the fuel tank. Sometimes water or condensation does build up inside of the tank. Since the density of water is much higher than the Jet A or jet fuel, it will always drop down below the Jet A. This is why we have these little ports right here at the most lowest portion of the tank. So we as maintenance can go up there and sump the tank. This prevents corrosion as well as prevents any kind of biological growth within the tank.
Be careful if you have to replace one probe. Always read your MM because they all have different length and different location. If you're living in LAX like Stig, lucky you can drip fuel at any time. But if you're from Canada like me or in the northern weather, always check your outside air temperature. You cannot just sump the fuel at any time because there's a risk of the sumping drain freezing and you can create a mess of fuel on the vent.
One other thing you have to remember is that this fuel is very cold, especially with aircraft flying at altitude. Take a look at this wing. It's ice cold. Some aircraft, such as the 777, even have heat exchangers that are within the tank itself. Other aircraft have them outside of the tank. They are either fuel-cooled oil coolers or hydraulic oil coolers. One system helps the other system out. Very cold fuel allows hot oil or hot hydraulic fluid to cool down, and the hot fluids allow...
Aircraft maintenance agents all watch Mikey. No, they don't. This is the first time I ever talked about fuel, guys. So they know what he's... That watch this channel will make that... I'm still waiting for that one single...
Somebody's having a bit of sarcasm there. Mikey's just too dense to realize it.
Video out of the thousands and thousands has ever shown me fuel in an airplane wing. Actually with fuel in them. Nobody has ever... Thousands of aircraft flying around this world, supposedly with fuel in them. Nobody has ever shown me fuel in an airplane wing. The actual...
They legit just did in this. They showed you the fuel going in with a... and then they had those things that show where the density until they showed them actually draining it out to check for water in the fuel. That's actually pulling a little bit of fuel out of the wing. You just legit just watched that. I mean, did you miss it?
Thousands and since this channel, what the
coolers or hydraulic or within the tank. One other thing you have to remember is that this fuel is very cold, especially with aircraft flying.
Just sum the fuel at any AX like Stig. Lucky you.
Growth within the tank.
Hold on.
This is why we have these little ports right here at the most lowest portion of the tank. So we as maintenance can go up there and sump the tank. This prevents corrosion as well as prevents any kind of biological growth within the tank.
They legit are pulling a little bit of fuel and any kind of fluid out from there, like any kind of water. So yeah, it just showed fuel in the tank.
Freezing, and you can
have oil or hot hydraulic fluid to cool down, and the hot fluids allow...
Since the beginning of time, so I'm sure fuel in an airplane wing, the actual fuel, show me it.
Oh, the cold fuel.
You don't want to do that. I don't think anyone wants to get in there with like freaking jet fuel that's highly flammable.
To warm up, but they don't intermix.
If you're working inside the hangar doing testing with hydraulic system, always ensure you have the minimum quantity of fuel required as per the AMM. For example, on the 737, you need at least...
Again, I will repeat, I'm not claiming they do not put fuel in the wings. I have never seen any evidence of fuel in an airplane wing. It would be interesting to solve this problem in a courtroom. That would...
A courtroom? Nobody's... It's not illegal thing. Nobody gives a shit. Why is he going to try to go sue the aviation industry because he doesn't believe they put fuel in the wings? Like, what the fuck?
Solve the problem, would it not?
3,000
Yeah, here you are. Here's proof. Here's fuel going into the wing. There you are. Done. Evidence.
pounds of fuel for doing hydraulic testing for the proper cooling.
Up next, we also have fueling ports. Some aircraft have the capacity to fuel only from one side of the wing. Some aircraft can fuel from both wings. The fuel panels designate all the information that is needed, such as fuel quantity and pre-selecting fuel that is being pumped into the aircraft. Up next, we have another function that the fuel tank can perform, which is fuel jettisoning. Not all aircraft have this ability. Mostly wide-body aircraft do. The ones we're looking at right here is a 777. That little probe right there, or the pipe, is where the fuel will come out when they need to jettison fuel. Let's go take a look at the panel within the flight deck. Pilots have the capability of selecting how much fuel they want left there needs.
Okay, we are going to look at the shape of the wing.
So I asked him passive because his computer is internet's not very good. Him trying to skip just starts lagging crap like really bad.
Please pay attention and observe. Remember the shape and how thin the airplane wing is. I should leave this up here all day so you get this image mashed. I will show you what I mean, like I said at the beginning of the live stream. There's got to be more than that in here. What the heck? 32. There we go. I don't know why my screen does that. Okay, we got Ralph Flip Flap. Sorry, my live stream always goes goofy on me here. Shaylin, Jolly Man, DJ Moon's there, and yeah. All right, we're gonna watch it. Pay attention here. They cut the video. If there was an actual tank inside the wing, they should walk up to the wing and continuously record them entering the wing and the fuel tank. But that does not happen here.
Inside of the fuel tank, the center fuel tank of the A330. Let's go check it out.
Yeah.
Just a heads up to everybody before anybody gets panicked or nervous. Every precaution has been taken.
So to enter inside the A330 fuel
What you're
tank,
watching
you
is
must
someone
access
crawling
it from
into the
main
wing
wheel well.
of an
Inside,
airplane. The wings
you have
carry the
two small access panel to get inside the fuel. Inside the center fuel tank, you're clear?
Fueling that is spark proof. The technicians that are doing fuel tank.
That's not me. That's Mikey's internet, his computer, or something like that.
Diving are very specialized.
If you have a lot of VOC in your fuel tank, you must wear a mask and the proper equipment to go inside.
They also use specialized equipment. Tooling that is spark proof. The technicians that are doing fuel tank diving are very specialized. They
Okay,
are very.
we're going to take a screenshot of this. And I'm going to show you something here. Side-by-side comparison, pictures and description, an actual description of what's on the inside of an airplane wing. Okay, Ryan S. is there. Good to see you, boys and girls. Okay, now we will go to that. I need to share my screen. Hold on, let's... I gotta go to email and... Yeah, so give me a second here, guys. I need to go to email here and bring up what. Okay. Okay, so we go pictures,
Let's get past
and
up here.
screenshots. Oh, what's this? Downloads. Oh, there it is. So again, here we go, folks. The internal workings of an airplane wing.
No, you just realize like that's underneath where the fuel tanks are, right? Like that's like the outer part, and then the fuel tank is like a different part of that.
If you want to know what the airplane wing looks like on the inside.
Like I saw the hydraulic lines and everything for the flaps and everything else there.
Again, we will look for the huge fuel tanks somewhere located in this wing. I do not see one here. This is obviously two wings kind of on top of each other to get the...
I think is that not like part of the fuselage there as well?
Full description of it here. We're still looking for the fuel tanks. Remember how open that wing was? Remember the cavities that the guy had to crawl through? I'm not sure where those are here. Let's just keep looking here. I don't see any cavities. I don't know what that is.
Well, hold on. Let's just have a quick look here at something that maybe might be a little different. Let's check this out. Since Mikey couldn't find it. That's alright. I found it quite easily. Here's the hazardous materials portion here, and right here, see this part here? It says fuel. Fuel tanks here. Hazardous materials are there. Then we have the APO and the fire extinguisher. This would be the vent surge tank there. APO tank is there. APU, I mean. Trim tank right there. This tank's there, and this was on a so you can see here you got the passenger crew oxygen there. Portable fire extinguisher shows where they are. Nitrogen bottles, hydraulic reservoirs, and then this is the fuel here and here, right? This is on a hazardous materials site. Then we're going to look at the straight from Boeing flammable materials location, airplane rescue and firefighting information, and once again we have the APU in there. We got the ballast tank there. Then we have a tank there, fuel tank. Look at that, fuel tank, fuel tank. And why is it not shown in his? Because these are very big and they'd be over top. They'd be overlaid on top of Mikey's. There's one there. And then we have this one here. This is 747 fuel tank from 747 fuel systems by E.D. Asen, R.R. Dahani, and G.H. Parker at the Boeing Company for the Society of Automotive Engineers, April 1970. Here we have, once again, here the dry bays there, and then we have number 1 main tank outboard, number 2 main tank inboard, surge tanks there, reserve tank outboard, 500 gallons. This is how much they hold. This thing here has a center wing tank, so there's a tank in the middle, tank, 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 and tank. So this is another one here from showing if you since he can show stuff, so can I.
Good morning. I'm Tim Ferlingos with the Delta Flight Museum. We're here in the right wing fuel tank of the 747 of ship 6301.
Oh crap! I keep doing that. Come on. Oh yeah.
Good morning. I'm Tim Ferlingos with the Delta Flight Museum. We're here in the right wing fuel tank of the 747 of ship 6301. We try to do Facebook Live. No signal.
Right wing fuel tank of a 747. So he's in the tank right now. Crouched down like
here.
this.
So we're going to do what we can and then post it later. But we do want to show you some of this stuff. This is kind of a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for us. So we're really happy to see it. We are in, as you can see, it's not one big open fuel tank. If you want to look down here, you can see that the fuel tanks are actually divided by walls. This keeps the fuel from draining to one side or the other when the aircraft makes maneuvers. And then of course each fuel tank is actually almost completely separated, and there's a series of pumps and hoses that helps distribute the fuel during flight, distributes it to engines and also between the fuel tanks to make sure that the flight stays balanced. In fact, I remember when we brought the plane over, we kept fuel in it just because the plane is so efficient. Fuel's really needed for ballast, and so we kept some of the fuel in it and drained it when we finally got over here to make sure it came over smoothly when we were taxiing it over here. So we're gonna head out, but before we do that, I wanted to show a few things off. So I'm gonna ask if Austin can bring the camera over here. So this is the wall. They're doing some work upstairs. This is the wall to the fuselage fuel tank. So that's the main tank under the aircraft. And then if you can bring
it up here.
See, so he's in the wing on on one side, and then the fuselage is through there.
You notice those two darker nuts and bolts that are coming out. That is part of the system that's going to be holding up our wing walk. So you can see how they actually use holes for that were already in the aircraft to then use them to support the wing walk. So we're going to go ahead now and make our way out through this kind of labyrinth to where we came. I'm going to grab the light so we don't leave it in here. And our tour guide that you'll see in front of us, this is Jeff Rembez with Delta Tech Ops. He's been one of the guys working on the wing walk for us, and he's been one of the...
See, what they have here, see these all here, but these close, right? These go through, but they can close these off. I'm pretty sure. I think there's actually a door there that goes and seals up, and then so you can segment these out so you don't have the fuel just slosh along.
Guys who's been in the tank probably most of all, making sure that those holes got drilled in the right places to support the wing walk. So we move her out, and you can see each chamber. I think we counted 7 that we climbed through. And these holes here are not only to distribute the fuel, but to distribute workers as they come through and check these fuel tanks when that's needed. You can see over here some through here, that's going back to the back of the wing.
Here's a good picture too, when it comes down, all the way, how big it really is from front to back.
From front to back, yeah. You see everything labeled. So if anything ever needs to be replaced, everything has its own number. And this here, this is the ribs, and on top of here is where you get to the actual the skin of the wing. So we're going to round the corner and get to the hatch, the fuel tank hatch, where we'll exit. And then this would take us to another, this is the wall. Okay, so I'm going to go down the hatch, and Austin's going to follow me.
There he is going to the hatch, and Mikey says you can't see the inside. And here he's going through that.
So that's our update this week. We'll see you next week at the same time. A lot more going on. Bye. Have a great weekend.
Join us today to go inside a fuel tank of a 767. Yeah, we're gonna go inside a fuel tank.
Right, so let's just check out more what Mikey Smith had to say here. And we'll check out some more videos that debunks everything he says.
Again, we're looking for the fuel tanks. Let's get the other picture, shall we? Downloads. Oops, that's not it. Where did I go? That's screenshots. What did I? screenshots here. So again, here's the inside of that wing we were just looking at. Just again, they remember what happened. They cut the film and inserted the camera into whatever this is. This is supposedly the internal parts of the wing. I do not see any hydraulic hoses anywhere, any pipes, any lines going anywhere, no electrical lines. There is nothing inside this wing. We will go back to the picture here, and we will put them side by side. Let's take a look here. Okay, I'll give you guys about 5 minutes. If you can find any of this equipment on the wing, on the right-hand side, let's see if we can find it on the inside of the wing here. Let's take a long look here. You could show me where. And I'll play some good music for you. Okay, here we go.
See, that's not hard, because really what it is that all this stuff is outside of that. All this is not going to be in where the fuel is going to be. This is inside here, and all this stuff here is accessed going through different parts. So they're inside the fuel tanks. This stuff here is outside the fuel tanks. Right? It's done through hatches and stuff and gone through a different section, and then it'd be between that and the skin and then the fuel tanks. Some of the stuff you will see, but yeah, it's not hard to see. Let's see if I can find that picture that Mikey's got there. It'd be pretty cool to find. But yeah, I don't know if I can find it this second. Just give me a second here. I think one of my kids is awake still. Like my eldest is up there freaking. Yeah. Internal workings of a commercial airplane. I was trying to see what Mikey had, how you got that image. He doesn't actually show how you looked it up. Internal, mechanical workings of a plane. That's an interesting picture he's got there. Unfortunately, I have not been able to find the exact picture. I can find other pictures that can show some of the stuff, but what's this one like? See if I can find this here. So I got 8380. All right, let's just see here. I'm close. I got a Boeing A380 here. This I can show you who I got this from. Go back to the site. There we are. So I found this one, and this is on the Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. The Anatomy of an Aircraft and Spacecraft Introduction. So there's all about different things here. Stuff on the flaps there. Ribs, rib nose, front spare skin. Stuff on how the engine works there. How plates work. All the flight controls. Right, so it's quite an interesting site there. So back up to where I was at. So this is a A380. And if we move along here, you can see all the bits that Mikey's trying to show in that picture there, down here. See if I can get down to that. So some of that stuff is in here. I don't know if I can get closer to it. There we are. So he's showing us that, well, he's not showing you that in there. So you can't see any of the ribs. Yeah, I can see all the ribs and stuff in here. But some of these are actually sections where the fuel tank is. So like this would be a fuel tank here. But what he's showing there, if you see with the back part, would be back in here. That's outside the fuel tank. You see how there's a wall here, and there'd be a wall there. There's another one here. You see this? There's a major wall there. Separates the two. There's another one there. I think you have maybe fuel tanks up in here, and then I think there's ones that are in the main fuselage. Not all of them have that, but this diagram isn't showing that one in the middle. I think this is showing flight surfaces here. It gives some of the basics right there. So there you are. I don't think I can find. You're still trying to find that exact one that Mikey's got there, but I suppose it doesn't really matter. It doesn't. No matter. All right.
Bullshit for $400, please. Okay, the question is and where are the fuel tanks located on an airplane? Again, Alex, I will take bullshit for $400. Yes, we will keep looking and looking and looking, and any of this stuff.
His problem here is like he's not looking at the right diagram. He's looking at one that's showing other components, and they've omitted this because these would be sitting over top of these, and they've just taken that out to show other components that are part of the plane, showing different hydraulic lines and other lines. Just trying to see here, is that actually one of the fuel lines there? I'd have to look. So you need to find that diagram, but I don't think he's sure where he's
airplane wing. Remember, when they did this, they cut the footage. They did not show us a continuous shot from outside to inside this airplane wing, supposedly. The airplane wing on the left, supposedly. Airplane wing on the right. On the right. That would be the opposite of the left. Okay, guys? Let's have a really close look here. You know, they've got this really detailed here, so we're looking and seeking and trying to find these big, huge cavities in the airplane wing, not in some kind of a tank with ribbing in it. I am not sure where this is located, but we will do our best to try to find this over here and this airplane wing with all these internal parts. I'll give you a minute here, guys. I want you to try to help me out understand, because remember, I'm dumb and stupid. I don't know what airplanes consist of. I have no idea how they fly. I don't understand pressure properly, and I have no idea where I live whatsoever. Okay? So again, we are looking very hard here, folks, for the diagram on the left here. Remember, opposite of right. So that would be the so-called fuel tanks. These are actually, this is one container, not tanks. Okay, so we're still looking. And I think we're about done, Alex. We can go to commercial and we will continue on with reality. It would be absolutely fantastic. Again, I'm not saying there's no fuel in the plane. It's just nobody's showing me any, ever. Go to Google, Google. It's not called Bullshit. Well, you could call it that too, but go look for an actual internal, not just a picture of a tank. Because yes, there are huge fuel tanks around, but is it an actual airplane wing fuel tank? Show me a continuous video from outside into the fuel tank. If I was going to show you the internal...
Sure, no worries. I think I got that queued up here. All right, there, Mikey. You asked for it, so...
Go up inside the fuel tank, guys. Main fuel tank. Right up inside of here. And all up inside that hole. Alright, join me for that.
Now, I believe they're going to the ventilation ducts there because they're going to drain the fuel out and then they're going to try to just vent out and get any of the, as much of the vapors and the gases out, like that's vaporized, so that they can go in there and do their stuff and reduce the risk of fire or asphyxiation. So non-destructive test manual is showing where they're going, which is the center one, which is between the two wings, and they're going to go in there. And this is from Boeing, which is like I showed you obviously my earlier diagram from Boeing, which is, this is the other one, and it shows the fuel tanks. If you notice here, here's the panels that they took off right there, all of them. See them all there. Fuel tank entry, there you are.
Are we coming from fishing or going fishing? You tell us.
There you are, non-stop going from there straight up into the fuel tank. So Mikey asked for. If you notice here how there's the fuel tank here, and then there's a large cavity right there. Get this off here. See all that stuff he was looking for? See, it's on outside of the tank. Let me see it again. Outside of the fuel tank, but between the skin of the fuselage of the plane. So what everything he was looking at was this emitted This is outside the fuel tank. Here's your fuel tank. Now here's the other side. The guy's inside, now coming up in. You know, you said, Mike, you said you can't see the panel? Oh, look, there it is. Obviously, we'd rather skip you to do this step.
Look like you're rebirthing. Yeah, trick work. You good or no?
Inside the airplane fuel tank.
We're in.
So what we got here?
We got this opening.
Got another opening. Got another opening.
Inside the fuel tank.
Oh, a 767.
Woo.
Alright. Going fishing after this, I don't think. Our inspection area is right here. And over there. You go fuel tank. I'll let her put down the
Plus, there's some sort of machine there for calibrations and stuff, so. Critical safety sensitive NDT. What does it say there? NDT inspection. I think we're checking the seals and stuff here. Make sure we don't have any leaks. Trained and experienced professionals. So this is inside a fuel tank. Just what Mikey asked for. Say hi. Current inspection.
No crack indication noted. Just a lot of sweat.
We're out here in the middle of the fuel tank with 110 degrees of weather outside.
Exactly. You gotta do what you gotta do so that you can do what you want to do. We're going fishing after this.
And one more time here. Where's the one I've seen? Here.
What you're watching is someone crawling into the wing of an airplane. The wings carry the majority of the fuel on most airplanes, so it's important to make sure that the tanks are in good condition by checking for things like fuel leak spots, structural damage, sealant deterioration, and more. They also make sure all the relevant components like the fuel quantity probes.
Hold on, look at that. Somebody's crawling inside the fuel tank that went in through the inspection hole. You know, the one that Mikey said doesn't go in.
Sealant deterioration, and more. They also make sure all the relevant components like the fuel quantity probes are in good condition and replace them if they aren't. Would you be able to handle this kind of job?
Welcome back, everybody, and today I am joined by my esteemed colleague, Only Fancal.
Hello everyone from Canada.
Oh, he doesn't like this one, does he?
What you're watching is someone crawling into the wing.
I am looking for my previous watched ones. Oh, where? Give me another quick view here. Where is that one I've seen today? There.
Okay, so now we're back at the entrance of the tank. The entrance is not very big. It's kind of awkward to climb out of. Everybody has different techniques, but I'll show you one.
There's one there. And here is one. Where's that one I'd seen? Here. Here's a guy who's building a fuel tanks for his plane. This isn't.
Okay, guys, let's get this video going right away. It's a tank doesn't have slots that will allow these parts to slide down the gas tank internal ribs. So these ones can all slide down, but this one, gas tank, doesn't have slots.
I'll show you here.
It's twice as this one between slosh guards is the metal here. Others that look exactly with pressed in bearing bronze inserts, but others that look exactly the same like these two are actually different. The thickness of the metal here on.
So you see how this here is where the fuel tank, and then this is here where it's going to be. I'll show you later, but this is kind of like a smaller version of a big. It's still how a commercial fuel tank works.
A barrier between slosh guards is thin. The end of the tank, this one, is much thicker. You can actually kind of hear it. I don't know if you can tell, but it's twice as thick at the end of the tanks. And then also the ends of the tank doesn't have slots that will allow these parts to slide down the gas tank internal ribs. So these ones can all slide down, but this one, when we put it on, you just slide it till it hits the end and stops dead. And everything is precision cut on either laser or CNC for every machine. They had numbers engraved into them, and that will drop.
Here's the other part, like you said, isn't there with the sits, and I'll show you here.
A few thousandths clearance on each side. Here you can see it goes. Then we get done. We flip it over, start putting in all the clecos. The bottom skin of the gas tank is thicker than the other skins. I have about 4 different thicknesses of skin depending on the loads, the stresses, with the tank, without a tank, near a tip. But this one right here is 50 thousandths. It's really thick enough to allow it. In other areas, I use a ready to go. I don't even have to measure it. I just insets. And then you can see the thickness of this tab comes up to connect line and up sizes of wing of shippers and work jobs and closing our shipping. And what that really is the fact that I wanted this 50 thousandths carryover strap on top and beneath to carry through and keep everything perfectly true and drop into that groove and then fill the gap right here. And so what I'll do now, just like I did on the bottom here with these, on the top skin, they're already pre-marked, laser set. I'll put in another set of shims that go across here and fill these voids up to this level. It also thickens this joint and they all get three riveted together. And then the glue joint comes in on the back side. What that allowed me to do is keep the rear of the tank one long piece rather than a piece, a piece, a piece, and a piece, and everything locks in. So far so good. I've got the measurement. I need to set forward and back.
So yeah, obviously you've got the access ports there. It's just a smaller version of the big commercial ones.
On this right here, once they're set, back to
you know, all this took me all of like 15 minutes to look up. It was not hard.
All right, so we're getting closer on this tank. We've got all the bottom drilled out, countersunk, the rivets all holding it together. We still got to disassemble it completely and deburr it. But you can see how nice and tight this will be in there. This end is designed to sit out a ½ inch, and I've machined a billet aluminum ring that comes on the end so that I can get an inch of glue all the way around the outside and up the pipe, and the ring will slide on, twist on the Pro Seal, rivet in, and then I'll do the same on the inside so that there's a glue joint compression with not just the glue in the seam, but the glue of two capped ends that have an inch of glue both directions. It will never leak, but this pipe doesn't do any turning or movement. Inside of it will be a torque tube, a ½ inch smaller diameter that passes through, that manipulates all the This small tube you see here will have the same end bond joint ring. It's like an L-shaped washer donut, I guess, that goes on here. It has it on both ends. This is the pass-through cable that goes to both sides of the plane out to the aileron. So cable, torque tube, we're getting close. Let's get back to work. All right, guys, let's go over some of the basics of putting rivets together while we're about ready to put this skin.
So there, that's I don't know how a wing is with the top off.
On the gas tank. Now the gas tank, we've already sealed out all the joints and the ribs that are done on it, but I want to talk about the skin just a little bit. A lot of people asked a lot of questions about how I do it, when I decide to use dimple dies. Now, the ones that came up on one of my kind of a tank with any. So sometimes there's some of the sealers that are air dry and they'll seal off way too fast and you can never finish a project this big. So you've got to go to another sealer that takes 24, 48 hours or more to cure up, because you don't want the skim coat on the top to get dry at all. You want to stay wet during the whole process. So because this has so much going on, we're going to use a don't get bulging. Now on this application, I'm not going to dilute it. I'm going to flip this over, I'm going to do the other side, and rather than diluting the material, I'm going to keep it thick, but I'm going to put down some yellow tape, and it's only a couple thousandths of an inch thick, and I'm going to trace out everywhere the seal needs to be. I'll bead it on, smear it on with my thumb, and then I'll take a squeegee and I'll pull it tight against it and drag off all I can. But you're not taking it off and you'll never see the aluminum show up. You're only taking it down to a couple thousandths of an inch thick, and you're making sure there's no waves or imperfections from when you rubbed it or the bead. You want it to be perfectly wing that someone doesn't give glue. When they put the rivets in, it starts to make little bows in the bottom of the wing, and it works, it seals, it's fine. I'm not picking on it, but if you spend just a little more time, when you put all the rivets in, you won't get the little waves between the joints. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Also, depth to set a rivet. So I've got this rick at a time, and there's probably 60 teeth that ratio hardly at all. So, and I will do test pass, and I'll end up.
You get the point there. That was inside of a fuel tank. And that's, you know, smaller, but still proof of concept.
Parts of this can. I would take. Okay, here we go.
Yeah,
we're gonna go in
here.
and we'll show you in the live stream and edit into something. Oh, what the hell? Roof. Google. I've watched documentaries, lots of documentaries, tons and tons. I know how airplanes are built. I've watched many documentaries.
If he did, he'd know exactly the tanks are. Because I say it took me all of like 15, 20 minutes to look this shit up.
I've never seen them put fuel tanks inside of an airplane wing when they are developing and designing.
I really could have just showed a video of an airplane wing with the fuel tanks in it. Not that hard.
Designing and building the airplane wing. I emphasize the wing because that's where the fuel goes, in the wing, supposedly. I have 850,000 pounds of concrete in my filled concrete.
Talking shit here.
Here, watch. I'll draw you a diagram. Alligators. So yeah, diagram of my stomach, guys. Can't you tell these are actual alligators? Again, show me some.
He's trying to say he's got like concrete and then alligators to his stomach, and he draws a stupid picture.
Freaking evidence. Let's take it to court, and you show me and the court the.
Why are Flurfs fucking so obsessed with like taking shit to court? Court doesn't give a flying fuck about freaking flat Earth or any of this other stuff. It's not legal. It's not legal anything.
These internal fuel tanks.
Yeah, well, look, but then your case is busted because I 15 minutes of research and I completely blew your case wide open, Mikey. So I destroyed you.
And if you can show them to me, I'll shut up. I got no problems with that. I don't.
Okay, it's time for him to shut up then.
Have a tail. It's not going to go between my legs. Planes. There's not much water in this. I think I have an actual science experiment. Okay, here we go. We've got fuel in the airplane wing, right? It's sitting there on the tarmac. Okay, now we're going to take a hard bank to the left. Okay, guys? Are you ready? Because the plane might go lopsided very quickly here. We're going to turn to the left. So now...
So Mikey doesn't realize that they're partitioned off and they have ballast tanks and ballast pumps that can make sure to keep them where they are. And that they're segmented out. Okay, so big deal. See, he says he knows how they work and then shows how he has no idea.
All of that fuel goes to one end of the plane.
I thought Mikey said he knew.
So they have to take it over on this wing over here, and it runs all the way over to this wing over here. It runs through the plane, and it fills up the wings. Okay? So now we're going to take a hard bank to the right, or to the left, whichever one, it doesn't matter. Let's go this way. So now the whole right side of the plane has 50,000 pounds of fuel on the one side of the airplane.
Method, and there's lots of methods out there. I'll tell you what I
because remember they've been flying for 5 or 6 hours, so a lot of that fuel has diminished.
See?
So when they bank to the left, because they're flying over Saskatchewan, they're going to Chicago. They're flying. They need to bank. When they load the effing airplane, guys, they don't put all the luggage in the front of the plane. And they don't put it all in the back of the airplane because they need the damn thing balanced. Oh my God. I used to drive semi-truck, guys. You need the weight balanced. You can't have 40,000 pounds of weight on the rear tires on the trailer. You can't have 40,000 pounds on your drive tires. You will not be able to steer your vehicle. Anyways, moving on. Let's move on to actual evidence.
And that's why I have
a little tiny theory I have, okay? I don't like talking about theories because I like to produce factual information.
Tank is
shit
in
that
there.
I can produce. And that's what I do, guys. All right? Hold on here. Let me land my plane here. Seeing that some of us have a habit of doing things. Anyways, I will put the link into the stream. If anybody, maybe DJ New Moon wants to have a little chatterbox. Chat. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, let's talk about reality for a second here. Okay, now let's pretend. Hey, Ryan, good to see you there, man. I was on a... Hey, man. Oh, are you on mute? Oh, you're on mute. Yep. Oh, Shaggy, man. Shit. What's going on, man?
Same old thing. I'm really surprised to see you talking about this airplane thing because I went through and did some research on it a while back, and I was really surprised to find out that you're right. There is no gas tank in the airplane wing. It's all hollow.
So he did no research then because I did 10 minutes research and I found loads of stuff talking about their fuel tanks in the wings. So
It has to be, otherwise it wouldn't be able to plane the air, fly, right? Yeah.
Well, and they're so light, and there's even stickers or decals on the airplane wing, and it says no stepping onto.
yeah, because you don't want to damage the skin of the plane on the top, and where all the electronics and different things are.
Yeah, if you can't step on it, how are you going to put gas in there?
Yeah, it's so brittle, man. Like it just flops there in the wind.
And it's all aluminum. Yeah, it's funny because there are gas tanks in there. I guarantee there's gas in there because it has to keep that spin going. But once it ramps up, they use compressed air to start it, and then they ramp it up. And once it gets going, I think it doesn't take very much. The only thing they really use the gas for is the afterburner or whatever you call it. When they add the gas to the mixture after it exits the engine, and then it gives you some thrust to give you some speed. But most of it is they just fly. They just fly, like 200 or 300 miles per hour in the jet stream, and the jet stream speeds them up.
Oh, sure.
No. Jetstream can help if it's a tailwind, but if it's a headwind, obviously they're going to slow down. And if they're in a jet stream at all, we still got to get up to the altitude, so we still got to get up there, right? Jet stream is way up, 30, 40,000 feet. And then is it a headwind or a tailwind? Which way are they heading? And also what destination. The jet stream doesn't go to every single destination, the whole entire planet. It's certain ones, certain places. Sometimes you can hit it, you can use it. Other times you can't. Which way is the winds going? Which way is the jet stream going? Jet stream changes as well, depending on atmospheric conditions. Jet streams, and that's where you have weather conditions. Sometimes you'll have jet stream come down lower, bring cold air down. Other times jet stream is higher up, like I'm in the UK. It'll be above us, and then it's pushing the cold air from the Arctic up. So then we can have the warm air. So the jet stream kind of Fair enough. Just I'll show you my other one here. There we go. I'll use my big globe, but so jet stream comes down from our Arctic, right? It's coming the cold air, and it actually comes down in. But as it comes down, the jet stream actually proves the rotation of the Earth because it will divert to go. I think it'll go east, from the north. And from the south, it actually will come up and it goes west. And it has to do with the rotation of the Earth. But depending on atmospheric conditions, it will kind of come down, it'll snake out there, it'll come down. Let's see if I'm in case either it'll come down here, it'll may go this way, but if there's certain conditions and then it'll come down, it'll come across us, or just below us and head along. And so, depending on which way it is, conditions, either we'll have warm weather, or if it comes down here and comes here, then we'll have cooler weather because it's bringing the cool air down across us, or in the northern hemisphere. So, but the jet stream is always kind of going that way because of the rotation of the Earth, right? The Coriolis effect, and steam in the south. So, going from like Santiago to Sydney. One way they have a headwind, one other way they have a tailwind. They still gotta use the fuel. They still run fuel through it. That's why they have so much fuel on the plane.
Yeah.
That's why there's a limit to how far you can go in the plane.
Yeah, and there's the APU too. Does that run off of gas and fuel too, or no? That APU at the back of the plane.
I'm not really sure, but I know that you can hear the thing running before the plane even starts to push the jet. You can hear the thing going. You can hear the really high pitch.
Yeah, because obviously, I even showed you in diagrams. The APU has its own separate tank.
Yeah,
so there's some compressor running in there.
Yeah,
so I was wondering the same thing though. Like exactly how does it work and how much gas do they really use?
Yeah,
do
exactly.
They lie about so they can sell you the tickets more, or is it something else?
Yeah. There's got to be something there. But these guys keep talking about these ginormous tanks, and again, I've watched tons of. There's this one guy. He's in there, and again, you need to wear a gas mask or something. Like I don't get like, and when they go in these tanks, there's never any fuel. Show me a little bit of fuel in there.
Can you imagine if you did, even if you did have
No, they don't want to have fuel in there because it's highly flammable. One little electric shock, spark, and boom.
tank that big, they don't let people get into them.
Yeah.
They only do that when they're building, when they're welding the tank together. After that, once gasoline goes in there, you're not
Well, I proved that wrong because I just showed several videos of people getting into the fuel tanks.
allowed to get inside of there without special equipment. I mean special, not just a gas mask. We're talking a suit, a fire suit, and all that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that there's any gas tank.
Yes, sometimes depending on how much fuel, how many fumes are in there. Depends on if they need to go in there. Depends on, yeah. So sometimes they do need to go in there with a full suit. Other times you can see they don't.
It's big enough that you would have to get inside to service it.
Well, exactly. Yeah. Well, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. Good point. Yeah. Very.
What did you say?
A suit, a fire suit, and all that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that there's any gas tank that's big enough that you would have to get inside to service it.
Well, exactly. Yeah. Well, exactly.
Well, yeah, there is. We have one that's like friggin' how many gallons are they? I mean, well, you know, we have like one that's use, you know, Canadian. Then we have a like fuel tanks that range from anywhere from 64,973 liters. And that's the central one. I'm looking at a Boeing right now. The one, yeah, a Boeing. Which one is it? Oh, 747. Then you got the two ones on each side, just outside the center fuselage. Those ones are 110,155 liters each side. Oh, what did you just do? Right. Then you have, so this one here is 64,973 liters. These ones here, 110,155 liters each side. Then you have these ones here, which are 11,102, 42,026 liters each side. And then you have these guys up here, which is, they are 12,378 liters. And then you have the little surge tanks out here. And then you have the APU tank back here, an APU fuel line right there. And that one there is 12,492 liters. Could you get into a 64,973 liter tank? By all freaking means, not a problem. Could you get into one that's 110,155 liters? Not a problem. That's a big ass fucking tank. This is straight from the manufacturer, so you can say you want, but that is airplane rescue and firefighting information, which they need to know that. They really need to know that, how much fuel is going to be in there, where they are located, stuff like that. Very important, right? You need to know where the fuel tanks are. Hot brakes, wheel fire, flight deck, portable oxygen bottles, where are they? Because you need to know that. Engine oil tank, forward right side or left side of each engine. You need to know where that is. We're talking safety information here. Right? They're not going to mess around. Fuel vent and overflow, breathing wing, beneath wing, surge tanks on each side. So yeah, that's then that's safety information done by the manufacturer themselves.
Yeah, yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, very good point, actually. Yeah.
But I'm open to evidence. If somebody has evidence of the plane showing where the tank is and it's got photos of it, and I would be willing to look at it, but I don't.
Yep, already done and dusted.
Yeah.
I don't think it's.
Yeah, but why would you even need to get into a fuel tank? If the fuel pump is in the tank, yeah, okay, get the fuel.
To check for integrity, check for seals, to check for the fuel for the sensors and stuff like that, because they're deep inside the 110,000 liter tank.
Pump out and grab it, and you're done. But you don't need to go crawling through it and roast marshmallows, have a barbecue in there. It's a fuel tank.
If there's a puncture in a tank, usually they just remove it before they work on it. They don't work on it inside.
You can't remove the freaking tank that's part of the structure of the wing. You can't remove that. You gotta go in there and seal it. It's part of the structure
of the plane. So why would it be in the fuselage of the wing? It doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
Because it's part of the structure of the aircraft.
there to make sure that the buoyancy is right so that it can actually lift the weight that's in the belly off the ground, which is where you're sitting. So think about it. Yeah. And you're right. They have to balance it out, of course.
Yeah.
You know, everything has to be symmetrical, believe it or not.
Yep, that's why they have the same size tanks on each side of they got the one in the middle, and they got each side all the way out, and they have and they're able to shift the fuel from each side depending on the ballast, right? It's they actually use the fuel not only for that, but they use to balance the aircraft and to ballast it out, so they can move it further in or out as they're flying. They can change it around. They can move it out further if need to or in, depending on conditions.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a lot, and then again, whatever's.
Even the one I showed you where they said they moved it, they kept some fuel in it because he needed the ballast because just to taxi the airplane around.
What was his name here saying about reality here? And that's the thing. Everybody has their set programmed reality. Everything is correct. Whatever the government says, whatever I see on TV, whatever I see in cartoon magazines is all real according to them. You know, it's their reality, but it's not real reality. They haven't broken through that bubble. You know, they're inside their bubble and they got to break through that wall. You know,
well, you know what? No, because the reality is obviously we can prove it. We can show demonstrably. You know, we can prove this stuff. Just checking something here. So yeah, I'm gonna check something here. I don't know if I'll be able to get on. Always up to. I think Drunk to Bunk Show is doing this thing too. Is he live right now? He is, isn't he? Let's see what Mike's up to.
He doesn't need a drink once he's hammered.
It obviously loops every 2 minutes. At least that's what my camera has been set for. Remember, every other camera is different. Well, Mike, they loop every minute. No, they should loop every 3 minutes.
I don't know what he's talking about. I don't. So like this guy, he just self-deprecates. So this whole thing is him. I'm just gonna wrap it up for you guys. I'm gonna skip through this part. So he's talking about his dash cam seeing. And I really felt for him with this story. Yo, Mushroom Illusion, thank you so much for getting buzzed on the Drunk to Bunk Show. Welcome and enjoy all of the emotes that you now have access to. So hold on. The Prime Mover, welcome in. So the story here is that he has a dash cam, and he with his eyes saw a meteorite, a big bright blue object coming from space. And he would have caught it on his dash cam.
So, you can get him.
So the story here is that he didn't let the 2 minutes cycle pass. So when he saw it, he was like, "Oh shit! I gotta take the SD card out so it doesn't overwrite." But that corrupted the 2 minute interval that that recorded that big bright blue sky or light. And when he was telling the story, I was like, oh man, that sucks, because that'd be so cool to have just in general. But anyway, that's what this story is about. He takes 10,000 minutes to explain it.
And I know it's sometimes blue, because supposedly, remember that sky rock fell from the sky, supposedly that was crystal, like a beautiful bright blue. Supposedly that's why people think the firmament is glass.
Yeah. What's the theme here? Gutter Girl, what's the theme? Mikey is stupid.
Maybe at some point in time, I will be able to record the firmament during the day.
I'm 10 subs away.
And yes, maybe the firmament does change color.
I'm 10 subs away.
Gray black that I've been recording, or into a blue or light blue color. I don't know if that's the sun doing that, electrifying the supposed gases in the sky.
Yeah, the sun is electrifying glass.
We've got to sit there and ask questions. Okay, the sky's blue. Okay, but why? Where's it coming from? What's producing it?
Let's ask all these questions. The atmosphere absorbs all light, all colors of the light of the spectrum of light, but reflects the blue. That's why it's blue. That's why we have colors. It absorbs the light and reflects the blue. like that is why the sky is blue. Like, look it up. Stop asking why. You can look it up.
And then if we're not still satisfied, let's ask questions to the questions that we just asked. Okay. Oh yeah, I also have another.
I had a deer bounce off the side of my 95 Buick Park Avenue at 55 miles an hour, and I looked back and it stood up and not even limping. Yo. Well, that's because you bumped it. Oops. Excuse me. Oops. Sorry, didn't mean to bump you.
Thing too.
Is this just Gutter Girl? Welcome to the Drunk Debunk Show. I'm glad that you're here. Is there something that you would like to say? Because I can set up a Zoom thing and we can have a chat. Would you wear the shirt Mikey's wearing as the best man in a wedding? No, I wouldn't. Well, and here's the reason, because that would be very disrespectful. Please don't tell me that he's the best man at somebody's wedding and he's wearing it.
Topic here. Subaru. No, it's not Subaru. It's YouTube. I think might have fixed my mirroring effect on my phone or on my YouTube channel, because I have not been getting my notifications or the comments left in the videos as notifications, and I started getting those yesterday.
Let's see if we can go on
for some odd reason, just randomly. I haven't been getting them for months. So I always have to go back to the videos to see if I have any comments. I was not being notified of them until yesterday. So I did send them a message stating I'm having problems live streaming. So I haven't tested that out yet. So hopefully that would be very exciting for me, for my video to be proper.
All right. So first off, Roip is not officially dead. I don't game anymore on
very exciting
Twitch,
for me, for my video to
but
be
I also
proper.
don't want to lose all my followers. So first off, I'm going to be creating a Mike over IP channel. I don't game anymore on Twitch, and then instead of I also don't want to lose all my followers. So I'm going to be creating a Mike over IP channel on Twitch. So Moip is not dead. Moip's going nowhere. And then instead of creating the Drunk Debunk Show on Twitch.
Right.
So Moip is not dead. Moip's going nowhere. I am still Mike over IP. What was I going to say? So this story that he's telling right now, he submitted something about to YouTube, like a ticket or something, saying that his like maybe the mirroring isn't working, right? Like or the front camera mirrors. It's just a setting that he just can't figure out for some fucking reason. It's so dumb. Just look at the setting. Just look it up. Or you might think that a Glober made the instructions. Anyway, you can fix that easily in the settings. So he put in a ticket with YouTube, and now that he's getting notifications on his YouTube on his app that they fixed the mirroring problem. That's what he's saying.
But we will continue on with that. Okay, enough of my blabbing already. So let's get on to some footage here. Like I said, we are going to watch we should probably do the airplane wing first. Because I'm going to teach you a few things that we need to pay attention to. We all know how movies work, correct? At least I hope we do. When you're filming your set, your lines, whatever you're doing, that next 20, 30 seconds to a minute long, at least what you think is going on, or maybe that 5-minute scene. It's not a 5-minute scene. It's probably broken up into 10 different sections.
Yeah, let's go,
over the course of the entire day or 2 days that needed to film that 5-minute video. Okay? And every time the camera goes from here to there to that position to this position, that's 4 separate cuts. And in between those cuts could have been an hour or 2 in between.
I don't get the point of this. I don't get the point of what he's saying. You're on your live now? Am I on your live? Streamception. Hi, Curious UK Debunks chat. Hello.
So why are people doing it?
Watch party.
That's why I edit my videos.
There's a watch party over on my Discord.
Or if I'm recording a video.
Yeah, let's go. There's a watch party on my Discord.
To make it shorter.
You guys, you're such goobers.
Maybe my ego will be bigger if I know how to run.
So I don't understand what he's getting at here, but it's exactly, JP. Yeah, that's a setting that you can set. Like you can set that so you can change the mirroring. Like I've had to do it myself. Wait for it. Movies uses tricks, therefore flat. Yep. Little R. Hi, little R. Hi, little R. Hi. Hi, little R. How are you? I hope you had a fantastic day today. You deserve it.
So, moving on, we will go to the description of an airplane wing. Okay.
Yeah.
And
go
we
ahead.
will have to see if you see what I see.
Okay. All right. Let's do it.
I'm not saying there's no fuel on planes. It's just you need to show me where it goes, and just don't show me a freaking diagram from Google or point to something or say it's in the wings, Mike. Okay. Well, I've got a brain capacity of 500 pounds inside my head. Where would I show you that? I could draw you a diagram, sure. I'll show you a diagram of an enormous head with an enormous brain inside, and it's just going to explode the skull into a million brain fractures or bone fractures, okay? So again, we're needing to ask questions as we are presented with stuff. Okay.
Yeah, that's whatever I came home to. I didn't fill that. Okay, yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Oh, I have the chicken breasts. They're marinating in that Red Bull. So if you want to do something with them, or I want to do something for tonight, for tomorrow, whatever you want to do. Okay.
I could talk about stars at this point, but I don't want to talk about that.
Babe, I just want to let you know that since you got on my camera, I have increased my sub count. So that's why I don't use a green screen anymore, because you're the show now. Do you want to say hi? Want to say hi?
Yeah, you have to. Hi. I don't show my face. I'm like the home improvement guy over the fence.
Don't say hi. Best reason to watch this little Sir Little Wolf. Say "Awoo." There we go. Everyone says hi. Is his new conspiracy planes can't be refueled? Jack, so I'm not going to ruin anything. I guess I feel kind of bad for Mikey. I'm going to stop you right there. He is a pedophile. He has a police report on him from a couple years ago for diddling a 15-year-old. He put out a video telling me that I should die of a terminal disease and that I'm not even a human. Okay, so Gutter Girl, Mikey Smith can fuck himself. Okay, so obviously there's a mental health issue here, but he's in full control of the things that he says. So fuck this guy. Okay, he's a piece of shit. The end. So before you start giving me shit for bashing on Mikey, I know you're not giving me shit, but this is why I do what I do to Mikey, because fuck him.
Now, right now, we're moving on to other stuff. Jolly Man, good to see you there. Yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah, what's up, Andy?
So yeah, let's get one of these videos going here. We'll watch it, and I'll have to stop it a few times, but oh yeah, I need to go to here and present.
So wait till you see what he presents. It's a really cool video. Like, it's a really cool video.
Why is that? All right, here we go.
Like, does anybody have queued up that that video of? I know you guys know what I'm going to say. Those cows are far away. These cows are small. Does anybody have that? Fuck him, no, I think I have standards. Does anybody have that video queued up?
By my esteemed colleague, Only Thank Hal.
Hello, everyone from Canada.
Today we're going to take you on a little...
Okay. Remember this wing, folks. Remember this wing. You see how it's kind of oval shape?
Yeah.
And how freaking thin it is and how it's...
It's not that thin, Mikey. That's the thing. This is a really far away shot. It only looks that thin. The whole plane, the plane is only this tall, guys. The plane is only this tall. Like, this is so stupid. Foxworth Kerman says Jess is sexy. She must be in the bedroom. Thank you. Thank you. So he said,
it's not this wing. You see how it's kind of oval shape and how freaking thin it is and how it's not square? Okay, the wing is not square. We can see that, correct? Remember how thin it is.
I don't understand what the whole square thing is for. There it is, guys. This is for Mikey.
One last time. These are small, but the ones out there are far away.
Mikey, you paid attention?
Small, far away. I forget it.
Yep, there it is. That's it. There you go, Mikey.
Okay, let's move on very slowly here.
Are we gonna get some Mikey calling the army on Vlad action? Yo, Prime Mover, what's going on? If someone gets me the clip, I don't have it clipped.
Teach you all about the wings and the wing tanks.
Yo, yes, Glenn, what's going on?
Tanks that you do not show us. Thank you. You show us something else. Again, you see how flat this is and how narrow, flat, and of course it's at an angle. It goes from
Look at how like if you're going to like the wings are like a fourth of the height of the plane. Like they're not thin. Like they thin out, yeah. But like around here, which is where the gas tank is, on either side of the wings, like that's not that thin.
Fuel is over here,
a person can fit in there. People fit in the fuel tanks.
Is going to settle near the center here, give or take 4 to 6, 8 feet of this wing is going to be from here to here fuel. And of course, if the fuel does go out to the tip, which I highly doubt it does, as the airplane fuel dissipates, the level of the fuel will come down the slanted airplane wing and hang around this area as it runs out of fuel. Okay?
Yeah, right. Now show someone staying next to the wheels, right?
Because we all know how liquid works and how the buoyancy and density works of liquid.
The buoyancy and density works with liquid.
No, I'm
not. Fucking idiot.
Just to get the simplistic factor out of the way, the wings of an aircraft are the fuel tank.
Yes, again, that's what you are stating, but you are not showing us.
Right. If you didn't know this,
but then
that's what it is. The wings are the fuel tank, but there's a lot more inside there than you think.
Yeah, a lot more than you're showing us.
Yes, he does think that the fuel stays a liquid. Yes.
Sure, I'll show you.
And fuel pumps exist. There's solutions to the problems that he thinks that he's coming up with. Like he thinks that he's some kind of a genius, thinking of all these issues that could come around as if they haven't been. Oh, I already saw that. Thank you. I appreciate that. Like he thinks he's a genius coming up with all these issues, but then like not realizing there's a solution.
That in a minute, and then we will.
It's called really good engineering.
Diagram.
I'm too sober for my shit.
Of it, and I'll show you that after this video.
Variety of architecture and baffling, fuel sensors, all sorts of fun stuff. We even got the opportunity to take a look at inside of a fuel tank, and you're going to see how complex it is. Without further ado, let's get at it. The first thing we're going to talk about
are these access points that we do not see on the inside of the fuel tank. Okay, these are all along the wing, according to these guys.
What is the fuel panels?
Fuel panel is usually composed of a fuel panel, including a gasket, a ring, screws.
Again, here's the diagram of a wing here, okay? You see this diagram here? It looks like the internal walls that you have in your house with the studs in the walls supporting the zip rock. And so yeah, again, that's not an actual diagram because that's a piece of junk. But
yeah, it's not an accurate diagram. You're right. It's just for like visual representation.
I'll show you an actual diagram of what's inside of a wing.
Yeah.
Not this pathetic
Wait till you see the actual diagram, you guys. You guys are gonna
also serve as
shit.
protection, hence why they're known as impact-resistant doors. They also serve as access points to get inside the tank.
Fuel is not only used for the engine; it's also used for
Yes,
cooling,
solution,
to be used
I know.
for trimming the airplane in flight, and a lot of other components.
Yes, DJ New Moon. I'm going to interrupt this video for a sec. DJ New Moon, I was going to phone you earlier, but I thought you would show up on the video on the stream here. I have recorded a crazy-ass video on my dash camera, but I ended the video recording.
What's up, Andy?
So the video is, and I will have to pay you.
Okay.
Anyways, you can get back to me on.
That's why they're all across the wing like that.
Yes, and we do not see them on the inside of the plane wing, not a chance.
Up next, the little red dot.
At least the supposed fuel tanks that we're in. If we were inside that wing, I'm pretty sure we would see those. But when they do cut the video and insert a camera into whatever it is we're looking at, because they don't show you the full video entering the fuel tank, they just cut video and supposedly you're in the fuel tank.
Yeah, no shit, real sickness.
This is for your fuel stick. This
No,
is a way to
Tiles.
manually
No,
measure how
just
much
wait.
fuel there
Just
is in the
wait. You'll
tank.
find out.
These are magnetic fuel sticks with a float. In case the aircraft fuel quantity indicators are going inoperative or malfunctioning, we as maintenance can perform a manual fuel reading.
On the older generation airplane, you could also find dripstick instead of dipstick. By moving the dripstick in and out, you could see the level of fuel depending if it was dripping or not.
Here's a perfect example of it. The aircraft fuel indication
that's
system
so
was
cool.
inoperative, and we had to make sure to measure the fuel tank values within the right tank. As you can see, the little probe is slowly moving up as they are fueling it. We take the aircraft's pitch and roll, and we utilize manuals to get the specific amount of fuel that is inside the tank. Once we have the desired amount, we will tell the fueling personnel to stop fueling. All of this is done according to maintenance manuals. Up next, we have fuel tank sensors.
That is so
More
cool.
exact fuel probes. These are the things that actually measure the quantity of fuel within the tank. This ties into the computer system, which is the
next, Mikey
F2I,
teaches
the fuel
quantum
quantity intake system. These components are scattered all throughout the wing. There are a variety of fuel probe designs, but the most common ones are capacitance type. The capacitance value of the probe changes.
Yeah. Okay. So we're not gonna address this, Mikey. Why aren't we addressing this? Why aren't we saying that this is like fake or something? I don't understand. What's your standard here?
Proportion to the depth of fuel inside the tank. When the probe is dry, the capacitance value is low. But as fuel moves up to the probe, the capacitance value increases. There's also densitometers within the fuel tank that measure the density of the fuel. As you can see, the fuel tank is not just simply a fuel.
Here's another one, guys. Somebody needs to show me a plane that is not operating.
Okay. All right. So because Mikey thinks that he's so important and what he thinks is so important, I care about what he thinks because it's fucking stupid and funny and it's really good content. He thinks that he deserves flat out like somebody to put in the work to show him the inside of a fuel tank with fuel in it. He wants with fuel in it. Jack Fetter says for $1.99 Dripstick was my nickname in high school.
They do not use
Thank
it
you for
as
the
a plane.
$2.99 or $1.99.
There's something wrong with the structure of the plane.
Oh,
It's
I
in the
know,
airplane
Curious. I've
desert
heard this
or wherever
already.
They store all these planes. They need to go to these planes, open up one of the wings from the top, cut it out with a cutting torch. Stick a camera in there, and you show me the actual fuel inside of a wing in the fuel tank. That would be the optimal proof that there is fuel.
So he wants you, whoever you're watching, he wants you to go to a fuel tank with a torch, a cutting torch, a fuel tank that's full of fuel, and cut it open and then show him the fuel that's inside. That's what he wants.
In the wing.
Like, does he have the ability to like think more, like a little bit, just like a little bit? Yeah, he needs to do it himself.
Maybe the camera model and ask on AI Copilot a form. It should lead you to software to extract it, but I'm not a pro at it, but should be that process. Okay, cool. I will try that and see what happens.
Yeah.
Or that goes into it. Up next, fuel sumping. Yes, fuel sumping is very important. This is what we do as maintenance to make sure there's no water within the fuel tank. Sometimes water or condensation does build up inside of the tank. Since the density of water is much higher than the Jet A or jet fuel, it will always drop down below the Jet A. This is why we have these little ports right here at the most lowest portion of the tank. So we as maintenance can go up there and sump the tank. This prevents corrosion as well as prevents any kind of biological growth within the tank.
Be careful if you have to replace one probe. Always read your because they all have different length and different location. If you're living in LAX like Stig, lucky you can drip fuel at any time. But if you're from Canada like me or in the northern weather, always check your outside air temperature. You cannot just sum the fuel at any time because there's a risk.
He does not have that ability. All right,
freezing.
Jack, but that's fair
You can
enough.
create a mess of fuel on the ramp.
One other thing you have to remember is that this fuel is very cold, especially with aircraft flying at altitude. Take a look at this wing. It's ice cold. Some aircraft, such as the 777, even have heat exchangers that are within the tank itself. Other aircraft have them outside of the tank. They are either fuel-cooled oil coolers or hydraulic oil coolers. One system helps the other system out. Very cold fuel
what's up,
allows
Brandon?
hot
How are
oil
you?
or hot hydraulic fluid to cool down, and the hot fluids allow...
Aircraft maintenance agents all watch Mikey. No, they don't. This is the first time I ever talked about fuel, guys. So they know what he's exposing about them. Oh, what the heck. Now, hi, chat. I'm sure all of the aircraft maintenance guys that watch this channel will make that happen. Yes, well, they haven't had it happen since the beginning of time, so I'm still waiting for that one single video.
Why? Why do they have to do that? They have nothing to prove to you. It's 3 a.m. there, Curious UK. Well, I appreciate you spending the night at the Drunk Debunk show. I appreciate it. Do you want to know Mikey Sirius frequency? I would love to.
Out of the
Pronto is what airplanes crave.
thousands and thousands and thousands of aircraft flying around this world, supposedly with fuel in them. Nobody has ever shown me fuel in an airplane wing. The actual fuel, show me it.
Oh, the cold fuel
Like,
to warm up.
I don't understand what the conspiracy thing, the conspiracy here is. Like, what's the point?
Always ensure we have the minimum quantity of fuel required as per
Like,
the
here's a fueling truck connected to the wing of an airplane, refueling it, and he still says, "No, you need to show it to me. You need to show me that there's fuel in the wing." Because you think I don't. So he doesn't. It gets really confusing.
Right, guys, you know
what his actual stance is on this.
I'm trying to see if Mike is having up.
Again, I will repeat, I'm not claiming they do not put fuel in the wings. I have never seen any evidence.
You can't with.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it here. It is like fucking 3 p.m. and I'm done. So I've been on way longer than I actually intended to be. But yeah. All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching here. Yeah, this is pretty much just go to the Drunk Debunk show if you want to watch and see him go over this more. I just don't have the time for it, so it's like way later than I actually wanted it to be. So yeah, thanks for watching, and remember, people, Earth is flat. Planes do actually use fuel and have the tanks in them, and stay curious. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all again.
NASA lies, yeah, that's what I say. Don't have proof of facts in any way. I claim the moon's made of plasma, a place no one can go. The Apollo program's a scam, I can't back it up though. They talk about the ISS is floating in space. You ask me in a pool, I'd say is the case. Satellones in the sky held up by helium balloons. But bro, that's just a lie, cause that's what all bitches do. NASA lies is something I'll never prove. No facts, no evidence, debates I will lose. They say they've been to the moon, I say it's not the truth. I see truth in no way, I hate MC2 when he shows me proof. The firmament is real, a dome up above, but I'll never prove it, so lost that I'm dumb. I know the world is flat, trust your sense of sight. Saying gravity's just a theory is why I'm up at night. NASA is phony like a show or movie, fake like some stage. Truman Show, child's play, it's just a suck at this game. Because I'm just a dick with only my stupid self to blame. But I'm so fucking sure that the earth is flat, based on how I feel with my pop-up flare. Swear my blind faith is what keeps it real. NASA lies is something I'll never prove. No facts, no evidence, debates I will lose. They say they've been to the moon, I say it's not the truth. I see truth in no way, I hate MC2 when he shows me proof. Asking the wrong questions, my beliefs are all faith-based. I can't see the fucking answers right in front of my face. Stanley Kubrick is mentioned every single goddamn time. Somehow he filmed it without nobody dropping a dime. The firmament is a dome, it keeps water in the sky. But when you ask me to prove it, I can't know why. NASA in Hebrew, it means to lie or deceive. My flirt brief told me and blindly I believe. NASA lies is something I'll never prove. No facts, no evidence, debates I will lose. They say they've been to the moon, I say it's not the truth. I see truth in no way, I hate MC2 when he shows me proof. Spreading misinformation and lies willfully so proud. Like Nathan Thompson yelling at strangers so loud. NASA's lying, people's faces faking, Earth isn't round. Oh shit, the fathers and husbands stop me into the ground.
asking the wrong questions, my beliefs are all faith-based. I can't see the fucking answers right in front of my face. Stanley Kubrick is mentioned every single goddamn time. Somehow he filmed it without nobody dropping a dime.
The firmament is a dome, it keeps water in the sky. But when you ask me to prove it, I can't. Why? Nasa in Hebrew, it means a liar. To see my flirt, priest told me, and blindly I believe. Nationalize is something I'll never prove. No facts, no evidence, debates I will lose. They say they've been to the moon, I say it's not the truth. I see truth in the way I hate him to do when he shows me proof. Spreading misinformation and lies won't believe so proud. Like Nathan Thompson yelling at strangers so loud. NASA's lies, people's faces thinking Earth isn't loud. Oh shit, the fathers and husbands stomp me into the crowd.